go. I'll just wait for Uchi.
I'm back.
He's here. We're good to go. Everybody ready?
Yeehaw.
You ready now, motherfuckers? Welcome back to another game of Skyfall 5e. How was the week, guys? Anything new
Good.
and exciting?
I got a microwave.
Baller got a microwave. Anything else?
I destroy Andrew in Dragon Ball every day.
Nice. Nice.
Every day, my ass.
How about you, Kami?
I'm addicted to Minecraft, but that's
Whoa. Whoa.
This just in, Kami playing a lot of Minecraft and his internet is garbage.
Oh, he said he was playing Minecraft?
I think that's what he said. I don't know, he's cutting in and out.
yeah.
Can you say a full sentence again for me? Because it's really cutty.
Damn, I didn't hear anything.
Negative.
Well, it's good to have you guys back. Let's see where you guys left off last time on the adventures of Thursday Group. You had made your way into Inn and Bar and concluded a bunch of different business there. Darthan, you had some contacts to speak with, some Undercity elements to do a few deals with, and things had seemingly gone a bit awry. One of the people that you need for your gang had been captured, and through some negotiation and providing a bit of collateral, you managed to get that person. And off in a different part of town, a couple of guys figured out how to fish, while a couple of guys went and stole some things. Eventually, it all finishes with you guys returning to the tavern and turning in for the night. Skeeve is off getting his gang. He's supposed to meet you back here the next day, and you guys are all getting some rest. As I turn the session over to you, though... Yeah, what's up, Baller?
I'd actually like to move about the shadows of the city.
Oh, you're gonna sneak out? Are you just gonna...
Yeah, how early did I turned in pretty early, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So would it be possible for me to, like, get my long rest in and then in the very early hours slip out?
Oh, like wake up really early at, like, you know...
I don't sleep.
What?
I have the incantation from the Pact of the Tome that makes it so you don't sleep.
There's a Pact of the Tome in I have never heard of this. Can I give that a look?
Yeah. Let me try and find it again. I guess, did I not write it down? Let me browse my sheet real quick.
If I remember correctly, I think it's a Xanathars.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Can you guys hear me?
Hey!
Yeah.
Alright, I forgot that I have Discord set up under mic when I've been using my headset mic for Teams, so that's why I got
If you're looking at Xanathars, it's on page 57 of the PDF, Aspect of the Moon.
Oh. Aspect of the Moon. 5e.
I also do think before we slept last night, forgot. Kothar, VP, were carving up the shark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Make some shark fin soup.
Super illegal. I guess not legal here.
What?
Super illegal.
It is? To make soup?
Well, in real life, it's legal to make soup out of shark. Right? Isn't it?
No. Turtle. Turtle is frowned upon. But like most things in the world, there's places you can go where the laws are a little loose.
I say we're like in a thief city, right? Like everyone's like, here's pretty shady. Hey, you know, shark.
Well, I murdered about 3 people. Is that guy even shark over there?
I can't even find the page that I'm looking for. I don't actually have the PDF saved. I'm just looking at it on the internet.
Huh. Okay. Well, I'm looking at something that's talking about it that says something like you don't sleep, but you still need a long rest. So if you want to wander around the city and just not, you know, like cast spells or get into trouble, then yeah, you could still do that, I suppose.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well.
So you're gonna try and head out, you know, maybe spend a little bit of time at the tavern, and then when things get late, start wandering the streets. And Kothar and BP, you guys are carving up that shark that you caught.
Yes.
Jesse's returned with all of his stolen goods and everything. Are you guys gonna try and sell the shark this evening, or are you gonna try and do that tomorrow?
I don't know if we're selling it. I think we're just
Good
making
dog,
knickknacks.
I must say, I didn't even think about selling it.
Oh, I thought you guys said something about wanting to go and sell it.
No, I knew I was gonna make a javelin with my cunning cunning lizard folk thing.
Okay.
Artisan?
Artisan, thank you. I was gonna make a javelin for BP,
Okay.
but that's during like a short rest time. So whenever you think like,
Yeah, you guys can do that in the evening. So you could give BP a javelin using the parts from the shark.
Gothar's like, I got a tooth out.
oh yeah, I was supposed to make a tooth necklace for the guard guy, wasn't I? Because he was all like, yeah, you can't bring that in here. And I was like, yo, I'll make you a tooth necklace.
Yeah.
Mhm.
you do want that.
I guess I might just make a list of stuff I'm making, and then I'll run it by you.
Sure. So let's
I'll-
see.
I'll try to get a singular tooth.
Okay, you can add that to your inventory.
Hell,
As far as the tooth necklace goes, you can make one of those. Are you going to give it to him tonight or tomorrow?
I'll give it to him tonight
Sure.
if he's still on duty.
I'd like you to make for me a roll. Let's see here. Roll for me survival. And this is to see just how well you've made the necklace.
All right, I'm semi good at this. Let's do this.
oh,
That's a pretty terrible necklace.
It's-
flesh on it and everything.
you don't even loop it. So when he holds it up, they just all fall off the string.
Got the gums and shit on there.
So you go and hand this to him at the door, and he pauses and looks at the necklace there, and he just goes, "Yeah, thanks." he doesn't put it on.
I'm just gonna nod at him, and I'm gonna walk away and walk back to the shark.
Okay. So, nighttime comes around. You guys have carved up the thing and made a couple of items from some of the shark's innards. You guys have also gained a small fortune thanks to some quick 5-finger discount work that was done. And you set a few things into motion. Turning in for the night, Ringo's Tavern has a few rooms at the back end of the hallway, and he lets you guys sleep in there and get some rest and all that. However, as you guys lay down to rest, some of you not literally sleeping, but just, waiting for the right time to slip out into the evening, I want a perception check from all of you.
Oh, interesting.
That's a little fishy.
Ain't talking about the shark.
And no shark. Ugh, 18, hell yeah! No, don't touch my 18!
Cocked.
Deceptive boy.
I have a 19.
I got a 6.
I got a 23.
Type them into the chat if you would, please. 19, 6, 23, 14. Okay. That's not bad at all. Ah, alright. You guys turn in for the evening, and as you're there resting, let's see here. Somebody roll luck for me, please, while I draw something.
Yeah, I got this. Damn it.
Oh! Oh! That's the best luck roll we've ever had!
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Gold comes out of the sky. 14 dragons bless us with boons.
It's wishful thinking there, Richie.
Are you ready for a miracle?
Yes, I can be. Go, talk.
What's
You
that?
gotta be assertive. You gotta steal the luck rolls.
Find your class.
Living the class fantasy of being an absolute dickhead.
Stealing everything.
Fucking
The dragon of luck is gonna come down and make all of us lucky. You're gonna gain the luck feat.
And the Lucian wants to kill himself.
Type of broken shit.
Yeah, all of those dragons died a long time ago.
Oh man.
Their luck ran out.
What do you on the Dragon Balls?
Yep, never seen those again.
Oh my god, Goku and Naruto enter D&D? Hell yeah.
I've never wanted to vomit so much in my life.
Holding a joint and then we totally smoke weed with Goku and Naruto?
Holy shit. Killing me.
Dude, I know you took a writing class, but now's not the time to impose your fanfiction.
Do yourself a favor and fucking hop in the bath with a fucking toaster oven.
Christ have mercy.
Okay. These are the back-end rooms of the tavern. And as you guys turn in for the evening, Darthan, you're the only one who's still awake, and you hear something. There is some meddling, like outside in the back alley behind this little establishment that you're in. You have a window that points out to it. The other rooms are windowless, however, so here we go. So there's one right there, and there's one also in BP's room. As there's
Thank
like a
God.
little back alley over there. And BP, you would hear this as well. You're asleep, but you actually wake up to the sound of something happening in the back alley. So both of you are aware of this. As for Kothar and Jesse, you guys are both asleep.
Okay. Is my window open?
No, but you can go and open it if you want. There's like a little set of blinds over it right now, so, you know, no one can peer into your room and all that.
I'll unrest mode myself, extend my legs, and walk over to the window.
I'll do the same, but without all that extra shit.
You hear the startup noise of Windows?
Let's see here. Now, you're both looking beyond the window there?
Yeah.
Alright. At the back of the alley, there's a small gathering of about 5 people that seem to be having some sort of chit-chat there in a little gang right here. You guys can both see them there in the alleyway. And when you guys move the blinds, it seems to disturb them. You know, they look over, see you, and then the group turns and scatters. And just, you know, like you've interrupted some sort of private conversation. And they turn and head down the alleyway.
They saw us?
Yeah.
they like run off or do they just walk away?
They just turn and like they walk fast. You know, like they don't actually start running. They don't break into a sprint, but they turn and like they hustle their way out.
Okay.
Do you guys do anything?
No.
Go
Okay.
back into my cylinder mode and sleep. Rest mode.
All right. BP, you go over, find that spot on the floor again, and resume your rest. Darthan, you're about to do the same when something happens. Over by the window, you watch as all of the shadows in the alley suddenly rearrange themselves. And at first you think it's like a trick of the light or maybe some magic, but then you realize it's because the sun has gone down, and now it's a different day, and you realize that you've time-lapsed. You've seen this sort of thing before. You kind of get the feeling in your gut as you're watching outside. You blink for a moment and all the light shifts, and then you hear something that sounds like a pot or a pan falling over in the main room.
In the main room?
Yeah,
What's the main room? This
like
thing?
up here, yeah.
Okay. So for context, everybody is going to sleep. I don't sleep, so I just watched a time skip happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's fucking spooky. Okay, does my room look the same?
When you look over and check your room, it seems to be the same. All of the stuff is where you remember it. And make an investigation check for me.
Hmm.
What time of day is it?
Like a 3.
A 3. Okay. No, it looks like everything's perfectly
No, it's a
fine.
2.
And to answer the question of what time of day it is, it's starlight out, so it's sometime in the evening.
Okay.
It's sometime at night. Now, at this time, Jesse,
Yes.
you wake up. It's the middle of the night, and you're laying in bed. You know, you're kind of you're facing the wall there in your bed. And here, I'll kind of draw like a thing in or two. So you got like the bed here. There's like a little nightstand in the corner. Like maybe like a little potted plant, some useless decoration there. And you're in bed. And you're facing the wall. And you hear something. And it sounds like a creaky floorboard that somebody stepped on. And that unsettles you, not because you think somebody's, you know, walking around in the halls like they do, but it sounds like it comes from within your room. It's pitch black. What do you want to do?
Do I have absolutely no way to see? Because there's no windows in my room, right? So it's actually just pitch black.
You know that about maybe 5 to 10 feet away from you on the nightstand in the corner of the room, there is a very easy to access box of matches and a small little candle, you know, that was there. You'd put the thing out, obviously, so you could get some rest. But, you know, it's currently out right now, and being the sort of weird shanty tavern that this is, there's only some rooms that actually have anything like windows. Yours is basically just 4 walls. As you're there thinking about things, you hear another little creak on the floorboards. It comes in your direction.
So I'm sure this is a person.
Well, something's moving around. Or you're hallucinating. It could be like a magical illusion or something. That's up to you. But yeah, there's something's going on.
Where would I have left my weapons or my gear?
I assumed they're probably by your bed or you're sleeping with them on you. If you're the kind of person to not do that, then go ahead and let me know.
I will grab my weapons, jump out of bed, and scream, "Hey, who are you?"
Okay. The moment that you do that, you leap out of your bed, the sheets are going through the air, and you go to draw your weapons, and as soon as you do that and your feet land onto the floor, somebody who's already standing there in the room moves towards you. You can't see them, but a figure in the shadows suddenly rushes up to you. And I'm going to make an attack here.
Okay.
Does a 16 hit, Jesse?
I had 16 AC, so I think, yeah.
Okay. You are stabbed.
There's something wrong with that.
You take 7 damage as the blade of some sword goes through your chest there. And the rest of you wake to the sound of Jesse letting out like a brief sort of like a pain noise from past the walls.
Could I already be in motion, having heard the hay?
Sure, yeah, but it would happen at the same time though. So, you know, like he would have barely gotten that out of his mouth before being stabbed. At this point, I need everybody to roll initiative. But perhaps worse is that, Kothar, when you open your eyes, you can tell somebody's in your room as well, and the same for you, BP.
Oh,
God.
Yo, let's fucking go.
Oh shit.
I'm about to... You
Hey,
know...
Lucian, how well did you roll?
Not super well.
That sucks.
DP,
Yeah?
how do we settle this?
You just choose.
Roll this d6, idiot.
Which D6 did you roll?
oh yeah, I forgot we gotta put it down.
You guys just can decide, you know?
No, this is how men do it.
I want to go first. Fuck you.
Alright, go first, son.
Hell yeah.
This is how men do
Get down there.
it. I want to go first. Alright, you go first.
Down you go.
Negotiate.
No!
You know BP carries that MF thing on him. Know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
Who's first?
Okay, so.
Oh, Jesse's first.
There wasn't a man in my room, though? Or a
Nope.
thing in my room? Weird.
Alright, Jesse.
Surely the hallways are lit in this place, right?
Yeah.
And
I mean, you'd hope so. You can't see because, you know, the door's closed and all, but yeah. Your room is completely dark, and you can tell that this man is right up next to you as his sword blade is currently in your chest.
What I would think to do would be to open the door, but that's pretty hard.
If you do make attacks at him, it will be at disadvantage, given that you can't see.
That sucks. The only way to get light is to light a match?
Is to get over here and use your action to light the room.
That's fucking... and if I step over there, I could opportunity attack, too.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I suppose I will just attack him.
swing wildly.
Disadvantage?
Oh, I'm still in bed, boy.
Yeah, you got your little nighty cap on?
That's adorable.
Oh no.
Oh,
You know.
no!
Uh-oh, what happened?
A
Make-
natural one.
One.
Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, good.
My boy.
He's going to the ground.
I'm good at these.
Mm.
21.
21, okay. You step forward to attack him, and when you do, your foot gets caught on the sheets that have landed in between the two of you, and you almost trip and fall over. Instead, you just jerk in a sort of unnatural manner, and the sword blade turns within your chest, dealing an additional 5 damage.
Alright, taking 5 damage.
Is that your turn?
My bonus action?
Okay.
Can he see me? I guess he can see me.
One would assume.
Hide underneath the bed.
I was actually going to bonus action hide. I'm assuming that's not going to fucking work.
Good assumption.
Bonus
You always
action
try it, dude.
attack again?
Sure. It's a strong move.
Disadvantage again?
Okay. Is this with a dagger or something, or what?
This is with a short sword.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Much better.
Assuming that will hit.
Yes.
Rip Mayhem.
This is offhand.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
So I don't even get the fucking.
Yeah, you don't get any mods.
So I'm just fucking rolling a d6. That's a 1.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Take that 1, boy.
Your blade is out, and you think that you might have cut him, but you're not sure. Maybe you just sliced some cloth. Is that your turn?
That'll be it for me.
Okay.
Did
BP,
we-
you're in your little meditation spot there, and you wake to the sound of some scuffle and fighting that's going on across the wall. You know that that's Jesse's room, but things are worse because as you wake up, you can tell somebody is in your room, and there's like a creaking on the floor coming into your direction.
Do I see him since he's next to the window at all?
No, you can't see him, but you can tell roughly what direction he's in given the sound of the noise.
Did we get a long rest?
You did not get a long rest.
Oh, no,
boy,
Kothar.
Oh,
I'm bloody as
interesting.
hell.
Oh no, Kothar.
So you don't get a long rest on time skip?
Yeah.
Okay. I had been assuming things wrong.
Oh. You alive there, Ooch? Oh, did he DC?
I'd say there's a strong chance of that.
Yep, there it goes.
Sorry, dude. Hmm. Do I hear pain noises coming from Jesse's room?
Yes.
What is he, a Roblox character? Well, if I can't see him. Do I actually recall if the hallway's lit?
Yeah, it had been.
I'll... 1, 2... Does he stab me?
Not yet.
Can I swing the door open?
Sure.
And what kind of an action is that?
I'll say to use the door would be like an interaction.
Is there light leaking into the room? Do I see this man's?
No, when you fling the door open, it's completely dark. You also get the sense that there's people in the hallway.
Oh god. There was any way to see? Fuck me, dude. Is he actually seeable to cast the Ring of Attack on him?
You cannot see him. You can make an attack on him, given that you have a rough idea where he is, but you can't see him. So if something requires sight, you can't use it.
Okay, I'll pop Zephyr Strike. And 4, 5, 6. Use my action to light the candle.
Okay. Your room is now lit, and you see what looks like a dark hooded man in a set of clothing that's completely gray and black. He has in his hand what looks like a short sword, and he's approaching you here.
BP
And-
does not think you belong here.
From the light that comes through the door, you can also see that there's 2 people right here.
Can I, seeing them, can I scream?
Darthan, be careful.
You hear BP shouting your name, Darthan, from past the door. He wants you to be
I know
careful,
what
whatever
this is
that
all
means.
about. I'm always careful.
I got like a nope bonus action. Nope, I'm all juiced out.
All juiced out. Okay, so this is lit. So you have good light to about here, and then like dim light kind of out into the hallway a bit.
I have a question, Lucian.
Yes.
So we got no rest, not even short rest.
I would say you would have a short rest. So if you want to roll hit dice or whatever, you can do that.
Your
Oh, yeah,
boy's
I'm
about to
about
roll.
to
All dice. They sent in one thief to deal with B. Kothar. You know that guy eats people, right?
I don't think they know that.
You know that guy eats mages, right?
I don't think they know that.
Maybe they sent him an inedible mage.
He bites him and he's a simulacrum. My weakness.
Checkmate. Okay, so you heal up there. Next up on the turn order after BP is Darthan. What do you want to do?
Well, start moving out into the hall, open the door.
Okay. When you open the door, you immediately see 2 people standing there. One man that blocks the way and another one. One has a crossbow in his hand, the other one has a blade that is covered in blood.
Oh, which one has a crossbow?
The one right here.
It's covered in blood?
And this guy has a sword covered in blood. You can barely see them in the dim light from a light source coming through BP's room.
Talking is a free action, yes?
Yes. You get like a sentence of free talking.
Okay, I'd like to say to this one right in front of me with the bloody blade. Oh, yeah. On your life, you better tell me that that's not Ringo's blood.
You see what looks like a half-toothed smile from underneath the hood.
Okay, good enough for me. I will cast... I'm gonna cast Crown of Madness on this guy.
Ooh. What kind of saving throw is that?
Let me see. It is a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. He rolls a 8.
That is definitely gonna fail.
Okay. Let's see. Crown of Madness. While he's charmed in this way, the crown of jagged iron appears on his head, and madness glows in his eyes. Charmed target must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack on a creature other than itself that you mentally choose. Okay.
Alright. And then I will move this way.
Okay. After that, Kothar, it's your turn. You awake to the sound of combat and yelling, and when you open your eyes and go to move out of bed, you can sense that there's somebody in your room. It is pitch black.
Alright. Well, I'm just gonna go for the light.
Sure. You can see what looks like a hooded figure in your room. He has a blade in his hand and is approaching you.
I guess reasonably, I'm not sure where my weapons would actually be. Like, is there like a place I would put them, like a closet or like a cupboard?
Yeah, probably by your bed here.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna just grab those.
Okay.
Would it be a bonus action to like draw my weapons or like?
You could use an interaction to equip weapons.
Okay. All right. Well, I use my action to light the room.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Just walk up on the guy.
The frogs are out.
I love your little frogs in the background.
We gotta keep it lizard folky.
Mm-hmm. The swamp comes with me.
Oh, deep in the fucking roleplay. Love it.
Alright, I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start slapping. Yeah, I'm just gonna use both my warhammers and slap him.
Okay, go for it.
Alright. 2 attacks. Roll it. 14.
You miss.
Fuck.
Come on, give him the better slaps.
That's
Oh, no.
9.
It's not gonna cut it. He's
Man.
remarkably fast.
Not used to this. And just making sure, I already used my bonus action, right?
Will you action surge? I think you still have your bonus action.
Oh, okay. Because I wasn't sure what an interaction counts as, like a...
It's
Like-
its own thing.
Oh, okay. Alright. So I guess I'll use my bonus action to make another slap.
Sure. The
For
bite
2
attack?
weapons. Oh no, I had 2 warhammers out.
Are they light weapons?
No, I have the dual wielder feat.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, make one more attack.
More slaps. An unparalleled amount of.
Yeah, you're gonna have to reroll that.
Alright, I'm rolling over here.
Oh no!
Alright. Alright.
Kothar's gonna die.
You know this guy eats mages.
Dude. This
Is that-
isn't a mage, obviously.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Over here, we'll start in Jesse's room. This guy is going to make an attack on you here.
Give you the schmeat.
First, he's going to try and knock you over. Can you make an acrobatics or athletics roll, please?
Acrobatics or athletics? Yes, I can. I'm good at this.
Are you, though?
It's a 13.
Okay. He tries to knock you over but fails, and then after that goes to stab at you. Does a 11 hit.
No, it does not.
Okay, so you're good. Over here, BP, this man rushes you and goes to stab at you, and he will do the same, where he tries to knock you over first. So roll... Oh, fuck, I rolled a 1. God damn it.
Eat dirt, bitch.
Now he gets a trip on sheets.
Well, Uchi could roll a
Acrobatics
1
or
as well.
athletics, right?
Yeah.
Not doing acrobatics. Gonna do athletics.
Roll a 1. Aw. Okay.
That's a 6.
Okay, he tries to knock you over but fails, and then makes an attack on you, missing. And
You like
over here, Kothar's getting attacked. Same thing for you, acrobatics or athletics. Oh my
Alright,
god,
let's see
I'm
what
rolling so bad.
See what I'm better. What I'm. Alright. I'm an athletic boy.
Okay,
Oh, hey, good roll.
you're fine.
Alright.
He will
Alright.
try and stab you. and he'll hit with a 23.
Oof!
Holy.
You take 9 damage.
I'm still in there.
As you are stabbed.
I'm still in there.
And then Darthan, this guy here is being controlled by you, so let's see. Must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that you mentally choose. So I take it you're going to have him attack this guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so he turns.
Oh wait, did this guy? No, he's before he moves. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He will turn and attack him. He will successfully hit, actually. And
hey, the one time he rolls well.
he deals a little bit of damage here. And then this guy will move over here and shoot past him into the room.
Okay, yeah.
And he
This
will...
dude's crazy.
He misses,
He's got a
unfortunately, and shoots like the side of the door frame, trying to get a shot on you. And let's see.
Did the guy that I'm charmed not move?
He has not moved, no.
Okay.
And that is their turn. Everyone roll initiative.
Imagine how ridiculous that looks. He just shot the door in front of him.
Oh no. That's definitely not the good initiative I was looking for.
I one-upped myself. 12 now.
My initiative rolls are bomb. Nothing else is bomb.
Miguel, you gotta stop rolling.
That wasn't me!
That was me.
Oh.
I said, that wasn't even me.
So it looks like Jesse's first again.
If I were to push this man over, what check would it be?
You'd be rolling athletics against his athletics or acrobatics.
God. Yeah, I'm not good at those. I will... Whatever, I'll go for the light. So
Okay.
I have to move here. And then...
Are you disengaging?
Attempting to, yeah.
Okay. With a bonus action?
Is that...
Oh, here we
I
go
didn't
again.
realize.
That's a part of your rogue shit.
Give a man 2 weeks, he'll forget a whole book.
I didn't know
Teach a
that
man
was-
to fish, he won't know
not
shit
at
the
all.
next day.
Alright, yeah, sure. Use it as a bonus action then.
Okay. I just need to know what you're using so that I can keep track of, what you've got. But so you
Yeah, I
bonus
just-
action disengage, and then as an action you light it so you can see in the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a dude here who is trying to stab you. What do you want to do? Do you have anything else?
I just used both my actions. I can't do anything else.
Okay. After that, are you making any movement? You still have that if you wanted.
Sure. But
Okay. Darthan, you're up.
Is there any way for me to move past this man that I have charmed?
Yeah, you could just bulldoze your way through him if you wanted.
Would that require an action, or do I just kind of nudge
No,
him out of my way?
I'd just make you do contested strength checks or something.
Okay. Alright, I guess I'll try it.
Sure. Yeah, roll strength. You have to beat a 10.
Who?
Oh, I do.
Okay, so you can pass through his square fine. You just nudge him out of the way. He's kind of in a daze given the spell that's on him.
Okay, and then I'm going to cast a 3rd level... Cloud de Dagger.
Oh, oui.
Sakura Blue.
And this will drop the crown.
Okay. Where's the cloud of daggers going?
It's centered on me. It's a 5... Oh, no. Oh, I see. We'll center it here, I guess.
You fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side, centered on a point you choose within range. So you can choose one hexagon, and that becomes a bunch of spinning daggers.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose this one.
The one at the back.
Yeah.
You won't be touching any of them.
What? What?
Like it's a 5 feet cube. Like it's 5 feet on each side.
I always thought.
I mean,
it was
so
like,
I
it was
can't like put it between them.
I don't think it's radius. It would just say if it was.
I always assumed that spell was AoE, like it a cloud of daggers.
Maybe it's just worded weird. Yeah, like I thought the same thing too, but it doesn't say anything about that. Here, we'll put it like around there. I'll read on it after the session, but
A 5-foot cube. Yeah. The wording would imply that it is very small.
it says 5 feet on each side. You know what I mean? So that would, like in D&D terms, that's a space. That's one spot. I mean, I guess you could put it in between them if you wanted.
Yeah, that's. I'll just do that.
Sure.
I got
Yeah.
it.
So
I got a picture.
And
So we'll say those
that'll
3
be
are
my
effective.
turn, I guess. 3?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
A creature takes 4d4 slashing when it enters the spell's area for the first time or starts its turn there. Oh, okay. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay, you'll roll damage when their turn starts, which is going to be after Kothar. What do you want to do, Kothar?
Alright.
Give him the
I'm
schmeat.
only good at one thing, which is giving him the schmeat, so that's the swing. Swing with my warhammer.
Oh!
Redemption comes.
Mega.
Alright.
Me gusta mucho.
No, it's not a D8. It's a D8.
That's not a
That's a
D8 either.
D10.
That's not a D8. Alright, that's a D8.
Do we need to make them bigger?
Alright. I guess I'll roll it twice for the crit.
Here, we'll just get you some extras.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
Nice.
Alright, that's +2. Oh, shit. I forgot about my brute thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Alright, so that's 7. That is 15 + 2, 17 damage.
Okay. You actually get a really solid hit in with your Warhammer, but the guy's still alive.
Good thing I got 2 more hits. Alright, that's unnatural 20. So yeah.
Unnatural 20. Yeah, that'll hit for sure.
Okay. Grab these 2. That's 7 damage.
Okay. Still alive.
And bonus action attack.
The group's starting to panic.
Attack! Attack! Attack!
That'll hit.
That definitely hits. That is 9 damage.
Okay. You kill this man with the third and final hit there. You crush in his skull with your warhammer, and he crumples to the ground dead. His blade falls to the ground.
Woohoo! Wait, do I hear like
Sounds
all
of elation are heard through the halls.
do I hear like all the like the battles happening out there? Like,
Yes.
do I hear? Okay.
You hear some crazy shit with that cloud of daggers.
Yeah, that is true. I'm going to run out 10. I guess I'm gonna see the cloud of daggers and assume DB got it. Is this door open? I'm gonna ping it.
No. You
Oh.
can see a little bit of light under the door, and you can hear what sounds like blades being slung about.
Can I open it?
Sure, yeah, you can open it. Jesse's in there, and he's currently locked in a fight with somebody.
Okay. 25, 30.
Flanked.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit right here with my warhammer. Well, stand right here.
Menacing.
Medicine.
After that, it's the enemy's turn. Roll your d4s.
I will.
You have a lot of d4s.
That's a
It is
lot
a
of
third
D4.
level cloud of daggers.
Well, I like the color. Like the color combo looks nice.
Mm-hmm. This one needs a reroll.
Oof, the master of D4 strikes again. 1, 2, 4, 8, 12, 15 damage.
Okay, they're both still alive, but being cut up at a very rapid speed here. The walls are getting carved as well as like a little blender of daggers goes around in the hallway. And
A low chuckle is heard from DB.
this guy's gonna try and knock you over again there, Jesse. Okay. Damn it.
26.
Seeing Kothar enter the room there, and having the numbers advantage kind of put against him, this guy will actually disengage and he will dip right out.
Well, damn.
And
Damn,
he,
knock
Dip
over is a
speed.
bonus action.
he disappears around the corner.
What a pad, dude.
Over here, this guy's still in the fight though. He doesn't know about that. He's gonna try and knock you over, BP. He kicks you in the chest. Fuck.
Athletics. Oh! 22.
Okay, you best him. He tries to stab you instead. And he misses. Because my dice are cursed today. Let's see. This guy comes out of his stupor and everything. He shoves past.
Do I get an
And
opportunity attack?
he's not leaving your range. This guy here, he's probably going to bail into here, actually.
I'll take an opportunity on him.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oof.
Oh, that'll
Oof.
miss.
Yeah, it's like an 11 or something.
He'll then come in here, and he too is going to make some attacks on you, BP.
Wow.
The 11 will miss, but the 23 probably hits.
Yeah, do.
You are shanked for 8 damage. And BP, it's your turn.
I'm gonna feel no pain on that.
Sure.
Oh. Plus level. I negate it. Hell yeah. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Still have the Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
2, 3. I will bonus action put Slayer's Prey on him.
Okay.
Extend the right arm and go for a wave camp
Okay.
using Zephyr Strike. Ooh. I didn't call sharpshooter, so it's not a sharpshooter.
Okay.
That's a 22 to hit.
All right. 22 definitely hits. Sorry.
I'm just making sure I get all these dice right. You know, 1,000 of them.
I think he's gonna live.
Do you think?
I think you're gonna roll like shit.
3. Can you give me 2 more d6?
That wasn't part of the arrangement.
And the Zephyr Strike damage is a 1d8. And then we're gonna pop the Martial... What is it called? The...
It sounded like you just turned on your massage chair.
Well, I can't really see my allies, so I guess I can't maneuvering attack, eh?
Not exactly.
Ah, darn it. Okay. Well, we're just gonna have to roll this.
Can we not see each other?
Come on.
Is that total cover?
Oh, that looks bad.
6,
Ooh.
10, 13, 14, 19, 24, 28, plus Dex, 31, plus level, 36.
His head explodes. Just a loud blast, and like everything in the room shakes for a moment. All like the covers and like the candle tips over, and there's just like a bloody stump where his neck is.
Anyone else in this tavern, by the way?
Hopefully not.
Is that your turn, BP? Oh, there he
And
goes.
DC as soon as he
DC
died.
again.
So I hope the blood splattered onto his friend.
It's everywhere. This room will never be the same. Everyone roll
BP,
initiative.
You don't belong here.
Fuck, I rolled a nat 1.
Oof.
Could I have used the rest of my movement to stand in the doorway?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not good.
Looks like DB's first.
Alright, I will just try and shank this dude. But before that, turn my head briefly and say, you alright, boy?
Doing fine.
Alright. And I'll try and shank this guy.
Go for it.
El Rabioso.
That is not something you shout out into battle.
Clearly not. Yeah, that's a, that's a
El Ripios.
fucking 3, 6, 10? Does a 10 hit?
Miss.
Okay, that's my turn.
Kothar, you're up.
Alright. I'm gonna. I guess I'm gonna look at Jesse. I guess just from looking at him, is he fine? Like, is he dying or
He's
anything?
bleeding, but he's still alive.
Okay. I'm just gonna nod at him and then leave out the room.
Okay.
Oh, I see this guy over here. I'm gonna swing at this guy.
Okay. Oh,
Oh,
it's close.
that's a 13. That's not gonna hit, right?
Yeah, that's a miss.
All right. Good thing we got more. Yeah, that's 17.
17 hits.
All right. I'm just gonna get my bonus action one out the way now. And that hits.
Mm-hmm.
and that's 12 damage total.
Okay. He is still alive.
Alright, yeah, that's my turn.
Alright. After that, Jesse, it's your turn.
Six. Looking to see if there's anyone over here.
When you
In
peek
this
the corner,
little
you
hole.
don't see anybody, but you do see what looks like a bit of a flicker of light. Like it must not be completely dark in the other room.
Bonus action dash.
Sure. When you turn
Enough
the
to see who's
corner, you see that the front end of the tavern has been completely ransacked. There are dead bodies all over the place. The chairs are broken, and in the corner where there's like the little stove and the bar, there's a large fire that's starting to spread. And you're not alone in the room. There appears to be a group of 3 shadowy figures over in the corner.
Is this room lit at all?
Yes, just from the fire in the corner.
Okay.
So there's like the bar right here. And then the fire would be in the corner here.
Have they noticed me?
Yes.
At the end, I guess I will shout backwards towards my group. There are more in here.
Okay. Is that your turn?
That'll do it.
Alright. After Jesse BP, it's your turn.
Looking at the one covered in blood.
Do you wish to keep fighting?
This guy right here?
Yeah. Raising a gun at him.
He
I guess
will
I'd be
put up
pointing
his
the gun at
hands
him.
and he'll drop the sword to the ground.
Hmm.
The one in the hallways looks like he's still fighting. He looks like he's trying not to be smashed by Kothar.
Is there just like a bunch of daggers just spewing over here?
Just tearing up the wallpaper.
It just doesn't stop, eh?
Yeah. Until Darthan gets, like, knocked out or something. Yeah, it pretty much just keeps going.
Yeah, apparently. It's a weird spell. Now it's concentration up to a minute.
Yeah.
I'll shoot the shadowy figure. The one in the hallway.
Oh, okay. Just surrender and fucking cap them.
Oh, one of them surrendered? This one surrendered?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seduced him. with
Oh,
my-
no.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Roll
I
damage.
didn't put anything on him, so it's just 2d10s. Well, 15.
Okay. You blow a hole in the side of this man's chest here, and he falls to the ground dead as well.
Sorry for shooting right next to your ear, Darthan.
And I'll end my turn.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'll move.
Sure.
Then
There's also a man in there.
and then I'll end there.
Okay. From the room next to you, Darthan, you hear what sounds like a whistling noise, like a... And after that, a strange magical sound. When you look in the room, you see a poof of gray smoke just goes up. And as the smoke begins to disappear, you see that the figure is gone. Jesse, you hear this this whistle as well. You look over your shoulder down the hallway, and when you look back, you see these guys over here. One of them reaches into his coat and throws something at the ground, and in a poof of smoke, they all disappear. And you guys are no longer in combat.
Great. I'd like to search for the bodies.
Do we hear the fire spreading?
You can hear a crackling of a fire now that you're in the hallway.
I will shout about the fire that is about to consume this building.
I think we shouldn't be here for too long.
Where's the exit? Like around here?
The main door is right here. Oh shit, that's fire.
The main door is fire.
Oh no. Illusion's like, I could leave it there. I could just build it.
There is no main door. It's just there's flame.
Definitely concerns me then.
Looks like we're about to Kool-Aid man the wall.
There's like some little broken chairs and like a smashed table and whatnot, and there's one over here as well.
When I run into the main room, does anybody like look like they're still breathing, or is everybody slit throat?
It looks like all the bodies here have been thoroughly stabbed and cut up. And Darthan, when you go to loot the bodies here, you get... Oh, somebody roll luck for loot.
All Isaac. All Isaac.
Oh.
Classic.
The only thing that you find, apart from their weapons and armor, if you want to take it, is like really shitty leather, and they have short swords on them, which are also in bad condition. You do find that the guy here that BP like blew a hole into, who was really close to you, so that you could loot him first. You did find something on him, and you find a little folded piece of paper, and all it has on it is your name.
My name?
Yeah, it says Darthan Balder.
Great.
Is the guy I gave a shark tooth necklace, is he dead around here?
Yes, you see him dead. His body's here over by the table, and he has like 4 blades stuck into him. Like it's like a pincushion.
I'm gonna take the necklace back.
Oh my god.
It seems that the thieves didn't loot that, so you're able to retrieve it.
Is our shark just on the ground?
Yeah,
He
there's
took our shark.
your shark's nowhere to be found, actually.
Fuck! He took our shark.
Yeah, there's no evidence of the shark here. You guys had packed up its meat in like some wax paper and stuff, and put it like behind the bar. Ringo had said, you can leave it here, that's fine. And it's missing when you guys search the room. And as far as putting out the fire goes, you're able to get it using a barrel of water in the corner before it gets too out of hand. But the place is trashed. And there's like smoke, kind of hovering a foot above the ceiling and all.
Oh, we put out the fire? The barrel?
Yeah, you do manage to put it out.
Joining the others, I'll say, just before this attack happened, I noticed that we time skipped.
I'm gonna tilt my head to that.
And if this note that I recovered off the body is anything to go by, I'd say there's one captain / drug dealer who is annoyed with me right now.
Does it look like Kothar doesn't know what time skip is?
He looks confused.
Well, I assume that it's been more than the last time we were given to bring back our person of interest, right?
Is that a question to me, or are you talking to the group?
Talking to everyone, I guess.
Guess we were supposed to give him back in a day, but the concerning fact is they knew to wait for our time skip. They knew when to strike.
What do you mean? I thought we still have time to bring back the person. What is the person?
Okay, table talk? None of you guys know about that.
We don't? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we don't.
Alright.
How do we not?
Because he didn't tell us.
Thank you.
No, that wasn't supposed to be mean. That was just like, that was what happened.
There we go.
X-nay on the whole give back person A.
Never mind.
Rewind!
How did they know how to attack us?
So, to clarify, Darthan has an idea of why he's been attacked here. In truth, nobody really knows until you guys kind of get to the bottom of this. The other three, you just have to wonder. You know, you might have your own personal reasons. An example, you know, maybe Jesse, you think that there's people after you for the the stuff you stole, or maybe Kothar, you might think that this is humans that are after you for some strange reason, or whatever, right? But you guys don't actually know necessarily what's going on here. And Darthan did not tell you guys about the returning Skeeve back to the captain within a day's time.
But we did come back with him, though, right? So we do know well, I should know he should be around here. Well, in my head, at least.
Yeah, Skeeve, the last you saw of Skeeve, he left to go into the city. I don't know if you guys were there for it, but Darthan had told him to go and get the gang together and that he would meet him the next day. But I don't think you guys are aware of that.
I don't remember if anybody was. I'm pretty sure we just like got back here and I told him that, and then he ran off.
We were all there as a group, though.
You were?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys would know
Discussing
that. You guys would know that, he'd come here and told Skeeve to go get the gang, and he hadn't come back yet.
Okay, back to square one.
It's them attacking us at the perfect time is concerning. That being said, Kothar, you must be a great soul as well, right? Seeing as though you have time skipped.
A what?
A great soul.
I'll like walk to his back.
Mm-hmm. He has the sign.
You got this. Darthan, explain to him you got it. DB.
Just fucking hands it off.
Okay, well. As far as I know, we're just special. Sometimes we skip time. That's all I figured out so far.
I feel like I'd be a little hesitant to just trust that information.
Sure. Yeah, maybe this guy's just talking some craziness to you.
Regardless, the way I see it, we have two ways to proceed with this situation. We can try and find Skeeve and repair. I can attempt to repair relations with a certain captain, or we could abandon the city altogether.
Definitely think it is not safe to stay here in current condition. Although, if they could find us after we skipped, I'm sure they would be tracking us.
I will eyeball all the wreckage and say, I would advise that we don't stay here. Considering this will just continue to happen. Assuming they're even looking for us in the first place. We might have just been in the crossfire of all of it.
No, they were definitely looking for us. Well, I guess me in particular.
I will raise an eyebrow to that.
I'll show him the note.
I'll say, okay. Okay. So it appears that we are not safe here.
Could I go up and check? Did you only able to check one body?
There was only one body to check. No, there was another one in another room. You can go check the others, I guess.
There is
I'm
a
gonna-
dead person in Kothar's room as well.
And a head blown off in my room.
Yeah, yours as well.
I'll
Do you guys want to go check them?
go check.
Okay. As you guys go and check the bodies, you find that they don't really have anything on them. You've fought bandits before. They usually have, little bits of string or whatever, the odd copper piece on them. These guys are as though they're wearing nothing but a uniform and their weapons. And when you go to check to see if there's any coin or anything like that left behind, you come up empty-handed. However, you do notice something. The one that lays dead in your room there, Kothar, has something similar, a small folded piece of paper, but with your name on it, and same for you, BP.
Can Kothar read?
Yeah, I'm pretty smart.
I think so. I'd like to think that he has to, sound it out every time, in his head. Jumped over the...
Oh,
Just sounding it out, and it's like, that's me.
Fuck it, I'll be a stripper.
Very lucrative industry.
Is there anything in this room?
In that room, yes. You find a similar little setup, a little nightstand, a bed, and what looks like a corpse laying in the bed there. And the sheets are, covered in blood.
Is it of anybody I recognize?
No. You've not seen this person before. Looks like a young man, maybe in his early 20s.
Is there any, adventuring gear, or does he just look like a civilian?
Yeah, he has a
Looking at his
backpack next to him, laying there on the ground. And you can see what looks like a quarterstaff kind of leaned up against the wall.
Can I flip open his backpack?
Sure. You find some miscellaneous adventuring supplies. There's a little tinderbox, some utensils, a couple of rations, a little pouch.
I'll pick up the pouch and rations.
Sure. You find that there are 8 gold in the pouch, and he has 3 rations on him.
Walking back to the group.
Mm-hmm.
BP has forage supplies, as well as a note that says BP's name.
Perhaps it is not our illustrious captain friend who is coming after us then. Something more sinister?
I guess we didn't get the person who had my name, but I'm assuming that mine had the same. The person who was in my room got away.
This
Yes, I
does
think
clear.
it's fair to state that we're all being targeted.
For a moment, BP thought he was being slain for Backroth purposes. But no, he is BP.
That'd be funny if it said Backroth. You're like, I am the back. Oh no! Who am I?
Interesting. What motive is there? What have we done?
Or didn't do.
A bunch of stolen goods falls out of the back of Jesse's pocket. JK, JK.
It's still nighttime, right?
It is. It is still dark outside.
Should we, maybe fetch a guard to report this or
No.
tell anyone?
No.
I don't think the guard will be of help here.
I think.
So we're just gonna leave this building like this?
Yep.
Actually, maybe we kill a guard.
We're not getting the guards.
What
I
about
think
all
it's
of these?
best that we just slip out now, under the cover of darkness. Perhaps there's a caravan leaving in the morning or something. Would I know if caravans leave from Inimbar?
Yes, they certainly do, and it is a very popular way of leaving the city, as there's basically two exits. One is through the port, through ships, which is where most of the traffic goes, and the other is through the desert, which nobody wants to actually walk on their own.
Right.
Yeah, if you look at the
Maybe.
map there, you'll see there's like no greenery around Inenbar.
Yep.
Maybe we take the first ride out, no matter where we go.
That would be wise, I feel. Perhaps we should give ourselves some aliases to travel under.
Back rock.
That should work, I guess. Maybe it's a little too close to home, though, if you know what I'm saying.
Is this really the way we intend to do this? We're just gonna leave all these innocent people dead here? Slip out? Live under new names?
You're right, Jesse. We should take them all to the nearest church and have them resurrected. How many platinum do you have again?
Whoa. I think it is best if we leave without attracting any attention.
Kothar is confused because Kothar has no reason to be attacked by random humans.
I'm
That
not
is-
quite sure myself.
That is the situation we are all in. For what purpose would we be attacked?
Hard to determine now. I say we get on the move and perhaps things will become clearer later.
All right, I guess.
Okay. What are you guys gonna do? The place is completely trashed. You've gone over through the bodies. The only useful bit that you found was these notes and a little bit of stuff of some unfortunate soul who was in the 5th room when the attack occurred.
Can I get some supplies from the bar? Like maybe like some drinks and like cut up some people to eat on the road?
Sure. If you go behind the bar and search there, make an investigation check, please, Kothar.
Alright. Think I'm not good at that. Let me check. Oh, I'm literally 0. Oh, we getting turned.
Can't believe I found 12 bottles of Molly.
Yeah, I got 19.
Looking around behind the bar, you do find that there is a good number of like liquor bottles that have been untouched. As far as food goes, you find some rations too. There is a stack of 10 rations behind the bar, and about 5 bottles of hard liquor. So you can take those if you wish. You also see what looks like a safe there, like a little metallic box, but it is open and empty.
Man. Alright, I guess I'll just move her to closest body and just like, it's just, actually no, I'm not. Attract too much attention if I just walk out with a hand or something.
You know how
Just
weird
go.
the humans get. Decide against the free hand.
Yeah, I'm just yeah.
Is there-
I just take the liquor and the rack.
Is there any light in this room?
I would say just like cinders flickering over in the corner where the fire was.
Okay, so nothing to like silhouette. Like the like light doesn't reach the door.
There's like a little bit, but not much.
All right, I want to crack the door open and peer outside.
Okay. Make a perception check, please. And given that it's nighttime, roll with disadvantage.
I have dark vision
From what?
class.
Okay. Then roll normally.
Does it matter? No, it doesn't. That's like a 8.
8. Okay. When you crack the door and look around, you find that there is nobody out in the streets there. There's no bodyguard standing like before as his body lays there near the table. There's no homeless people outside. There's no random thoroughfare going around. It's the middle of the night. Understandably, the streets are quite quiet.
I
Kothar,
turn
you
back
need
to
to
the.
disguise yourself. Put this on.
I'll hand you a shirt that says Churner's Magical Goods, and there's a halfling on it. It's really tacky.
You know, I'll wear it. Yeah, all right. Kothar will take it,
Okay.
and then oh, I know what to do. Yeah, I'll take and put on the shirt. I will put away my weapons, and I will take out the broken loot.
Nice.
So to keep it in my hand.
Okay.
Good disguise, Kothar.
Are you ready? We shouldn't run, but we do need to move with a purpose.
Are we leaving towards the caravans?
Ideally.
Keep an eye out. Maybe people will be following us.
Yeah, that's the plan. I will take a step outside.
Okay.
Rocks fall. Okay, good game, everyone.
You
That's a
open
great
the
adventure.
door and step out, and you are still alive.
Nice.
So
Alright.
to kind of show you what this place looks like, there's like a large bridge that hangs over like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are like under the bridge right now. And then the road kind of like veers off.
Do I know which way would the gate be in the not port gate?
This is towards the port. This is towards the gate.
Okay. I will gather up my men and roll on down the road.
Okay.
Eyes shifting about in suspicion and fear.
Sure.
All on the lookout.
Does a 23 hit you, BP?
Jesus Christ!
Whoa. Yeah.
It's back inside, boys!
Okay. Give me 2 seconds here.
Yo, we're gonna die.
Okay. BP, you take 4, 12, 19, 26,
Oh my god.
29. You take 37 damage. Are you still conscious?
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
So while you guys take a step out here, everything seems to be fine. Off in the distance of the city, you think you can, hear people kind of moving around and things like that. And things seem normal enough. Darthan, you're clearly on the lookout, though. Anything could be happening here. You don't see Anything suspicious? You're just looking forward at the bit of the road that, starts to elevate, getting to the normal level from this underpass, when suddenly you guys all hear like a metallic clank. And BP, you are struck by an arrow that digs into your side, and it is glowing red, almost like a piece of metal that's been superheated. It is halfway into your body, and it burns with like a sort of orange and yellowy flame that seems to move in every direction. Like, it doesn't behave like a normal flame. Like, it licks out in every direction that it possibly can, almost like it's possessed. And you take a ton of damage. And as that happens, you guys see on a building, like hundreds of feet away, what looks like a dark, shadowy figure that takes off from a rooftop. And it spreads what looks like massive 12-foot tall wings on either side. And then with a couple of loud flaps, you can see its imprint moving, like superimposed against the stars, and it flies away over the buildings.
Like, is it a clear enough image to put a hunter's mark on it?
Fuck, nigga.
What's your range on hunter's mark?
I'm checking right now.
Okay.
If I recall, it's pretty large.
Yeah, you might be able to.
It's only 90 feet.
90 feet? Okay, no, he definitely shot you from further than that. So you see these massive wings, and something takes flight, and BP, this like flaming arrow, is still stuck in your body.
Nothing I could do.
Maybe we just...
pain.
Okay, back inside. Back inside.
You guys run back inside?
What?
Wait. I want to. Wait. Wait. What, it was flying away from us?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Why? Why are we running?
Because we don't know what the hell that thing was?
I don't know how we'll lose it, but if we stay inside, he'll know where we are, certainly.
BP, you take an additional 6 fire damage.
Oh, can I take the arrow out? I think that would be my first goal.
Sure. Do you want to try and take it out?
Oh god. That's not a good question.
Well, I'm a robot. There's like no organs to spill, right?
Your
Yeah.
oil.
Yeah, do you want to grab it with your one hand and yank it out?
First I'll cast Cure Wounds on myself at just level 1.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Roll heal.
Plus Wisdom. Pretty good. Back in the double digits. Yeah, and I'll shove the wing out. Or not, what the fuck. I'll take the arrow out.
Okay. So when you move to heal yourself, you take an additional 4 fire damage as the flames come, like, almost alive just from you moving around.
Oh my god.
Yank arrow.
Okay. You pull the thing from your body there and go to toss it to the ground. And when it lands there, it seems to pulsate almost. Like the flames move around. For a second, it looks like the arrow is rolling about as though it has a will of its own. And then there's like a tss as the flame just goes out, and you see what looks like a small pile of ash there.
I stomp it out.
Sure.
Yeah, I
Pain.
stomp it out.
Pain.
There's like a melted hole in the side of your chassis now.
Oh god.
Okay. New plan. We go back inside and sleep it off. And then we leave in the morning.
I think we should run. It knows where we are.
I point to the dead bodies. We're gonna sleep in there.
Yes.
I don't.
Or have you lost your mind?
BP's
No.
about to be one of those dead bodies.
I don't think sleeping in there is a great idea, Darthan.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You want to be the only possible targets walking around a mostly empty city where there are any number of angles of which attackers could attack us from, and you want to do it with a massive hole in your side and nobody being fit for combat.
Both options do not lead to success very often.
But at least we're not At least we're not sitting ducks if we just sit in building.
In building, we can see our attackers enter.
Can we?
Yes.
I think it's within our interest to move away from here or sleep somewhere else.
I'd rather move. Wait, is there another building nearby?
Look,
Yeah, there's plenty of buildings nearby.
we don't know anybody who lives or owns those buildings. This building is currently unoccupied. We know that it is. It has one singular room with 2 entry points, a doorway and a hallway, which can both be observed. If we're going to sleep anywhere, best it be here. If we're being tracked, then we're being tracked, and we won't be safe until we leave the city. But there's no point in walking who knows how long to some other destination of which they will also know where we are.
Both of them do not seem like great options, but exploring the night results in more danger, maybe.
They both result in danger.
Yes, we are currently in danger. That will not change. Where we make our stand can be changed.
We can fight back, though, correct? We have ranged weapons.
I am about to lose consciousness.
Reboot.
Well, we need somebody to keep night watch then.
Yes,
If we're
I
gonna
will
sleep
keep
here.
watch.
With that
So
in
we-
mind, I guess this is our best option.
Which room are we staying in?
We'll just sleep in the main hall. You 3 will sleep behind the bar.
Okay.
Put
Wait,
yourselves
so-
where you want to be.
We're sleeping in the main bar area here? I'll walk over here. Finally, first use. And I'll set up an alarm.
Ah.
Oh, I was actually. Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Let me just read parameters of alarm so I don't get this wrong.
I was gonna barricade. Wait, I can't still barricade. I'm gonna. Can I like move these tables and shit to the door?
Sure. Yeah, you can barricade the door.
Yeah, I'm doing that. I guess I'm letting everyone see that too, so you know if they have any disagreement to it.
I'm already laying down.
I'm gonna set it up. I saw the only windows in here were the ones over here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the blinds are
So-
still over them and everything.
I'll set the alarm here.
Okay.
Like in this radius.
Sure.
And then I'll designate my 3 other party members, and I'll do it so it's the mental ping.
Okay.
I'll go over to Darth and
I've set up a magical alarm if they choose to enter through the windows.
My thanks, but I'll be on the watch if they do come.
I just want us to all be ready.
I'm gonna.
Thank you.
Can I like sleep against the wall, like my back against this wall right here?
Sure.
Like, but can I like put my weapons here except for my blowgun? Can I like just sleep my blowgun on my like just near me, like pretty close?
Sure.
All right, just have it ready.
Are there windows on the first floor?
There are not.
Okay. Is this trash heap high?
No, that's just like a broken chair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, most of the stuff's been piled in front of the door.
I'll boot down right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sleep.
I would like somebody to roll luck, please. Are you sleep, bro?
I'll do
Tommy,
We need you.
Oh no.
Oh!
it. Don't make me roll luck ever again.
Oh god.
Guys are fired.
This just means like there's
This one just burst through the roof and like, yo, what up? I just start shooting everyone.
this like Matrix style.
You guys lay down to get a long rest. It's the middle of the night. You're starting your long rest again. If everything goes according to plan, maybe in the afternoon you'll wake up and things will be fine.
Oh no.
That's not what happens, though. You guys lay down and start to sleep. When BP, you awake. It's not to the sound of some noise or anything like that, or combat, thankfully. You open your eyes, Jesse is there sleeping, Kothar's there as well. Everything seems normal, but then there it is again. The ping. Something goes off. Your alarm spell has activated. And we're going to go to a brief 5-10 minute break.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Grab yourselves a beer, get some tea, whatever, and we'll re-adjourn in 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
Good
some
luck,
alcohol.
boys. Alright, I'll BRB.
Ohio,
Yo.
are you ready to die?
Dude, every day. Ready to die.
I wake up and say, damn.
Shit is cray.
Why are we still here?
Okay, so the issue is, if it's big guy with the wings,
He's
high
just,
chance of us dying.
just gonna blow up the roof and just shoot one of us.
Yeah, I feel like if she wanted to kill us, she would have just killed us.
Well, he did say he. That could have been a misleading tell, though. Could have been a red herring. I doubt Celestine. Like, I have a hard time believing Celestine would actually like come and just shoot BP and then fly away.
I don't think it sells. Well, actually, I don't know.
I mean, I think Celestine might have something to do with it. I don't think Celestine who showed up.
I'm back.
Hey there.
Hello.
If it's wings, I think we die. If it's two rogues, two thieves again, I think we're pretty okay.
Oh, you're wondering what's coming. You'll be fine.
He said, as he finally got to TPK a party.
We'll start in a minute here.
Did we get a short rest?
Nope.
Not even a short rest.
You gotta strike while the iron's hot, as they say.
Goodbye, BP.
This is where BP's stand power is actually. And he screams
first-
the word.
You got Persona it. You're in a
Oh
near-death
my
condition.
god!
He just puts the gun up to his head and fucking kills himself.
Just fucking dies.
Persona! Boom! No, this is my evoker, guys.
Invoker?
Evoker.
Oh. I thought you were gonna like ghost walk and pussy out.
Nah, to summon your persona, you gotta put yourself under high stress. So you gotta shoot yourself in the head.
There's no stress greater than a bullet in your head.
And fucking death, I guess.
Okay. There's some food in my belly. Ready to kill some players. You guys good to go?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm ready to die.
Hell yeah.
Death? I'm all about that.
You'll fit right in here, Kami. Alright.
Here we go.
No, JK, that's the wrong music.
I was gonna say, what the hell?
BP, the alarm goes off in your head.
How many pings do I get?
Ah, does it ping you for each, what, like, time that somebody passes through there?
It just,
Whenever a tiny or larger creature touches or enters the warded area. It pings, but a single time.
oh, fuck. I, like,
Just start screaming. Ah!
I, like, instantly stand back up and,
Okay.
like, try to wave Darth
Darth
BB's
and-
attention.
Yeah, you're not even into your first watch when you see that BP gets up. Like, you know, maybe like 20 minutes after you guys had laid down to sleep.
And I'm pointing one, and I'm pointing at the corridor, and I'm kicking Jesse.
Ouch.
Darth, roll perception, please.
Okay, 17.
you hear what sounds like subtle, tippy-toed footsteps, a single set. They are moving throughout the hallway.
And I'll go down to Jesse and say,
Please wake up, Kothar.
Are you doing this
I'm not-
silently?
I was hoping to lean down to whisper to Jesse.
Can you roll stealth?
Fuck. This isn't at disadvantage because of my body, is it?
No, this is sound-based.
What the fuck ideas in this head, man?
I'm just making sure, you know. Come fuck on! 9?
Okay. Darthan, you notice that the footsteps stop.
Prepare an action to charge anybody who comes around that corner.
Okay.
I'll point gun.
Okay. Jesse, you've just been woken up by some whispers from BP.
I will see that my allies have drawn their chosen weaponry and prepare in my short bow as well.
Okay. There's no sound. Nothing comes around the corner.
It's a stand.
Kothar snores in the corner.
I'll motion for the others to just lay back down, and I will try and creep up here.
Roll stealth. Unless you're being non-stealthy.
No one
Oh,
woke me up, right?
fuck.
The natty one. I am being non-stealthy.
Okay. You go to move across the way, going a bit slow so that you can, tippy-toe your way over, but you accidentally step on one of the broken pieces of glass that lays on the ground here, and BP, your alarm spell goes off again as something enters the area. Also, Darthan, you hear what sounds like fast footsteps running in the opposite direction of you, and before long, you hear the window creak open, and it's gone.
Whatever it was, it's gone now.
I heard.
Suppose back to sleep then.
I'm gonna go right here.
Are you guys going back to bed?
Yep.
Okay. You guys lay down, go ahead and get some rest, and wake up in the afternoon the next day having gotten a long rest. Go ahead and heal yourselves up, get your abilities back and all that. What do you guys want to do? You're feeling much better.
Leave town. Leave town.
Yeah. Alright, boys, gather around. It's time we're getting the hell out of here.
Hey Lucian, are we rounding up or down yours? Because I
For-
recover half my hit dice and
Oh.
5.
Round up for your hit dice.
Okay.
Okay, we again attempt the trek. Oh my god. What the fuck?
Well, we have to go stealth mode.
Yes. The hooded figure and his fuckboy. And our motley crew will attempt to go to the caravan staging area.
Okay. You guys turn and head down the road, and this time, when you guys leave, nobody is shot. There are people walking through the streets. Everything seems perfectly normal today.
Is there still a hole in the side of my chassis? Does
No,
that repair?
it regrows.
Oh, that's cool.
That's fucked up, dude. What kind of demon are you?
You grow skin.
I'm about to study your ass in my book of shadow, bitch. Robot repairs itself in sleep mode.
You better know I keep that motherfucking thing on me. I'll pop your ass.
Whoa.
What? What, Nibba? What's you say?
Whoa! Turn the line there, Isaac.
E! Wow.
You stuffed enough memes into your sentence. I think you're free to go.
Thanks, meme police. Okay, yeah, we're sticking to some crowded areas, and yeah, we'll stay to the busy streets and try and make it to the caravan staging area.
Okay.
Or
I
whatever
would
passes
like
for that.
an insight roll from you, please, Darthan.
Why though?
No reason.
Why'd you have to fry the watermelon?
Is it not enough we get shot out in the streets?
Insight. A 9.
Something is wrong. You don't know what it is, but as you wander through the city, going between the crowds, you can tell that there's something just incorrect about the day. You can't quite put your finger on it, but there it is, that feeling.
Yay.
As we're walking,
Let's
Kothar,
hurry.
you must be hungry.
and I'll hand him the crab in my chest.
Okay? You are handed a fresh crab, Kothar.
Well, fresh is a little
Fresh
sketchy.
is pretty relative.
Oh,
fresh
no.
is a day old.
Yeah.
You are handed a rotting and fetid crab.
It's only a day
Well,
old.
he never killed it.
Is it just a day old though?
It's only a day old.
Oh, really?
Oh, it might be alive. What a
Yeah, it
crab.
might be alive. He never killed it.
Time skip crab?
Oh. Well, it wasn't my chest, so did it skip with me or?
It's not a refrigerator.
You are handed a dead crab. It smells like it may or may not be safe to eat, Kothar.
Eat it, eat it.
I'm gonna look at it and look at him, and I'm gonna say, thank you. I appreciate the thought. I'm just gonna, when BP looks away, I'm just gonna throw it on the floor.
Oh no!
Okay. You evade death by some sort of horrible gut disease and abandon the crab into the streets. Now, you guys are headed for one of the gates, and passing by the city, you do eventually get there, and when you do, well, there's a bit of a commotion. The gates are rather busy, and it looks like there's a very, very large crowd kind of gathered in that area. It's worse than the markets. In fact, it looks like people that are kind of like pushing over each other, you know, like trying to get to places. Just like this massive crowd. And there's a whole bunch of caravans. And many of them are just there in the road. And you can hear like yelling and people arguing. And something is wrong up towards the gates. You can see that there's a lot of people around you that are also, you know, stuck in the crowd, and they're kind of like doing that thing where they're standing on their tippy toes trying to see what's going on, or, you know, speculating and talking about this and that. And
I'll climb up BP's body.
Sure. You see what looks like guards arguing with people over by the door.
Is travel flowing out or into the city?
The gates are closed.
Uh-oh. Plan B, gentlemen. Let's find out exactly what's going on, and then we might need to make alternative exit arrangements.
Maybe we take a boat.
Maybe we do. Let's go talk to somebody first, though. Is there somebody on the, like, maybe a guard that, like, isn't at the gates, but is perhaps around the mob? That
Yeah, you
isn't
can see
being
guards that are interspersed. They're kind of standoffish. Like, there's a feeling like they're almost riot police, right? Like, they're trying to kind of just corral all the people. But you can see one who's currently talking to, like, what looks like a really angry merchant who's just fucking yelling, like, straight in his face. The guards just he's got a completely plain expression over his visage, and he's just kind of like nodding slowly while this guy's yelling at him. And then eventually the merchant gets kind of like tired, like he wins himself just screaming at the guy, and then turns and leaves.
I'll step up to the guard.
Sure. He looks over at you.
Non-threatening manner.
He looks completely just like, oh, this again, like he's not excited about this at all. What is it?
I will take out 2 gold and hold it out to him.
You see, he puts his hand on the pommel of his sword instead of extending it to take the gold. And he turns to you and he says, "Look, I've said it 1,000 times. Don't care how much you're gonna bribe me, but I can't open those gates for you. City orders."
You misunderstand, my friend. I simply mean to inquire as to the nature as to why the gates are closed and the commotion surrounding the area here.
Oh, fucking gods above. He extends a hand to take the gold.
Yeah, I gave it to him.
Okay. Jeez. Somebody who just wants to talk instead of yelling at me. Yeah, no one's getting in or out of the city right now. Not through the gate.
May I ask what happened?
Well, reports are that there's something out there in the desert, and it's already claimed a few caravans this morning. Nobody's to leave, at the orders of the city captain. A lot of people aren't exactly taking it very well. And you see he, looks around at all the people who are, jockeying for position. There's, a huge traffic jam of all these caravans that look like they're trying to push their way through, but obviously there's nowhere for them to go.
When you say something, it sounds as if you're not quite certain what is out there. Has anybody been able to gather any information?
He puts the 2 gold pieces in his pocket and he says, "Well, Captain's not exactly telling us everything. Between you and me, though, I've heard a couple of rumors. One person said a dragon. Somebody else said, desert scorpions. I'm not sure I want to put too much stock in either of those, though. I think something else is going on."
Mm-hmm. Well, perhaps you would also be willing to share with me if the port is open.
Port's fine right now. Ships in there are still okay. I know there's a lot of people who are sneaking out through there if you really got to get out of the city, but...
Sneaking out, as in official travel to and from the city, by any means has been closed.
He nods to you and says all the gates are instructed to bar traffic. If you swim out through the dock and get to the sands, no one's gonna stop you, but... Well... Doesn't seem like a good idea. From what I know, the deaths are very real. I just don't know what's causing them.
And, say a willing and able group of adventurers would be willing to investigate and perhaps take care of the problems relating to the travel, who would we talk to about leaving the city in official business?
Let's put it this way. The city's got people working on it, and I don't mean any offense, but they're probably trusted a lot more than any random adventurers, and they haven't solved the problem yet, so... My advice would be take the port out, or sneak out and go on foot. But doesn't sound like the best idea. Personally, I think this is just gonna blow over, really, if you wait it out. Maybe a day or two goes by. It's probably just some official that's working something. It's probably screwing over a merchant who's trying to make moves on him.
Mm-hmm. Alright, thank you.
You take it easy out there.
You as well.
He gives you a nod and kind of goes back to his post.
Yeah, I'll turn back to the group and look around. Say, ideas?
Boat.
Boat.
If we're gonna get out of here, it's gonna be by the boat.
To the port then?
I suppose.
Alright. Stay tight. City seems to be in an agitated state. Almost like a powder keg ready to blow. If anything does happen, bet your ass there'll be a massive riot. Everybody stay close. And with that, we will head to the port.
Sure. Let me see.
Nothing bad happened.
BP, can you make for me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Jesus Christ. Trapped in a city of assassins. Should have just gone to the damn city of shadows.
8.
An 8? Okay. As you guys are walking along here, you're keeping an eye out. You know, the city is on edge. After what happened last night, you know, you guys are feeling better and a lot of your wounds have healed, but the last thing you need is some other crazy bit of business to go down. And while walking through here, things are okay. You're moving through the crowds, you're going down streets and up others, going past different city blocks to eventually get to the port and make your next move. And as you guys emerge from one of the lower streets into one of the upper ones and start walking across a bridge that goes over a little set of buildings underneath, BP, you feel something strange. For a moment, it feels like you're going to be rather dizzy. And we'll say that you're standing behind him, Jesse. Like, you know, you guys are kind of walking in file, right? And you're behind BP. And BP takes like a step or two that looks like he's about to just fall over.
I will reach over and grab him as if to stabilize him and ask him what's wrong.
Okay. You grab a hold of him, and BP, you know, you're like a sudden spell of, not drowsiness, but dizziness comes over you, and like a powerful vertigo sweeps through you. And you take a step, your foot kind of slips, you right yourself, and then Jesse grabs a hold of you and asks you what's going on.
DP doesn't feel too well.
BP says this to you and looks at you for a moment, Jesse, and then his eyes go black, just like he does when he boots off for the evening. And BP, you see this strange imagery that goes flashing before your eyes. At first, it's a little bit tough to see what it is. Then the little shapes become recognizable. In fact, you know what everything is. You're looking down at a city street from like a very high vantage point. And the streets are pretty crowded, and you can hear, see like, you know, different cobblestone roads that go left and right. And there, on one of the raised bridges, you see your own group standing there with like you kind of leaned over and Jesse's holding your body. It's like you're watching yourself from a far vantage point. And then it ends, and you wake again in your own body.
Can I look? Can I try to figure out what angle it was?
Oh, sure. Yeah, make a perception check for me.
Triangulating.
Enhance!
And I'm just watching him, like, look around.
Come on.
You look around, you know the general area. You're like, it's, you know, it's not going to be east or south or whatever, like, it's definitely over here. But as you look at the different rooftops and everything, you can't tell exactly which one it must have come from. And you don't see anything out of the ordinary either. BP's eyes open back up, Jesse, like he's just fainted for a second.
Are you okay, BP? What just happened?
DP, we are being watched very carefully.
I look to the other two and say we need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I agree.
As we're walking to the
Time
dock,
for subtlety is over. Let's double climb to the docks. We'll now begin a light run.
Sure.
I'll support BP by, like, sort of holding him or, like, letting him put his arm over my shoulder or something like that.
Okay. So you help BP. Darthan, you start running. Kothar, are you doing anything different?
He went after.
He's BRB. He can hear us.
Oh,
You just assume he's.
gotcha.
Yeah, he's just running along with us, I think.
Okay. You guys start moving through the street, and as you do so, you increase your speed, and eventually you make it to the port without being harmed or anything like that. And as you would imagine, given what's going on in the city, the port is pretty busy. A lot of the ships here look like they are like loading up. Everybody's getting their stuff packed. You see a lot of caravans here that are just transferring all their goods from the caravan straight into the ships. And most of the boats look like they're pretty full up. You also see other ones that are just like packed with people. Likely just different people who need to move out of the city, and instead of using the gates, they have to load onto these boats. Are you guys going to file onto one of them?
Is there any boat that looks like it might be a little bit more selective with the passengers that it's taking on?
Oh, selective how? Like rich people, or?
Maybe not rich people. Definitely that is included in my search, but like, mercenaries or
Sure, roll luck to see what
combat-able
you see.
people. Oh, fuck me.
See what's available.
These have been good.
So good.
Oh, okay. 19.
Okay. There are a few available options. A lot of these ships are already moving, and those ships have literally set sail already. And there's a couple others though that are still loading passengers on. You see one that looks like a smuggling vessel. It reminds you quite a bit of the Black Serpent, but obviously flying a different banner and of a slightly different make. You also see another one that looks like a mercenary ship of the Mace Legion, which is like an impartial group of like very famous mercenaries that work for anyone with the coin. And you also see what looks like a somewhat nicer ship that is rather large compared to the rest. It is a 2 or 3 story galley that probably holds, anywhere from 1 to 200 people. And this one is still loading people on, and it seems like there aren't quite as many rabble on this ship as the amount that they're charging seems to be a little bit more. As they're kind of calling out prices, these guys say that they are going to... let's see here. These people say that they're going to Costa Por, which is further up the bay, and they're charging people 15 gold a head.
That seems like a pretty good choice for us.
Yeah, that seems fine. I'll approach them. Approach those people.
Sure, you just like hop into line.
Yeah, is the line terribly long, or...?
There's like 10 people ahead of you. They either pay or they get turned away, so...
Okay. Yeah, I'll wait with the 3 other party members here in the line.
I'll hand DB my 9 gold.
Okay.
How much gold was it?
15 gold ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give the DB 15 gold.
I'll give him mine as well.
Okay.
Plus 30, okay.
You guys finally get up to the front of the line there, having moved some gold around. Somebody looks at you, he says, "Going to Costa Por, leaving soon. It's 15 apiece. You cannot bring any goods beyond what you can carry on your person. Passengers only."
Yeah, I'll engage this guy in some conversation. Just ask him if he'd be willing. Would you be willing to lower the price for able-bodied fighters?
The ship's well armed. Don't care about any of that.
Fair enough. I'll hand the man 60 gold.
Alright, don't cause any fuss. And he just kind of like, moves the rope so you can pass, looks to the next one. 15 ahead. Nothing more than what you can carry. Do you guys step onto the boat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roughly, like, how many people are already on the boat?
Right now, when you get to the end of the rope ladder, and step onto the top deck, it looks like it's pretty packed, and you can hear a lot of sound from underneath the floorboards. Like, there must be a lot of people there too. There's a space nearby, which is a large opening in the top deck, where there's a net of rope that goes across this large square, and under that you can see what looks like a big table down there where people are playing like some sort of card game, and it's packed. There's a lot of people down there. There's a lot of people.
Well, I suppose we just wait for takeoff. Perhaps we should go find some place for BP to sit down or rest or anything along these lines.
I'm feeling better. Hopefully. I don't get targeted again.
I wonder what person or spell was even casted on you in the first place.
At that sentence, can I look back at like the town and looking at the rooftops?
Sure. You can make a perception check.
Oof. Jesus.
God,
22.
It teased the 1 and the 2 so hard. That's a 22?
Yeah.
Everything seems perfectly normal. When you look across the different rooftops, you can't spot anything. And then something catches your eye, one of the large smokestacks that emerges from like a 3-story tall apartment block seems to shift almost. And as you look over towards it, you see that it's not actually a chimney stack at all, but some sort of like large, almost organic shape that just rests on the roof. From all the way over here, you can't tell what it is, and the features elude you. It has a dark color to it, like maybe a burgundy or a brown of some kind, like it's like an off red, right? And the only other thing you can tell about it is that it looks to be large enough that it's probably the size of like a troll or an ogre, like a monstrous sized humanoid, that kind of thing. And it just kind of rests there on the building. You can't get anything for features like limbs or a face or anything like that. Just this weird reddish mass that shouldn't be there.
Trying to I'll walk by DB, and I'll just point out the house to him. Not like physically. I'll try to detail what the house like as swiftly as possible without making it seem like I'm doing shady things. But I want to tell him which house it is. Okay. I don't know how to communicate that.
Darthan, are you back?
Yeah.
Okay, so BP walks up to you, and then BP, what do you want to do? So, the 4 of you are standing on the top of this massive ship. There's people coming up, clearly in a hurry to get out of the city. There's a lot of commotion. These huge crowds all over the place. You see, like, fist fights down in the streets between people who are, obviously not excited about being locked in the city and everything. You guys, thankfully, have paid to get out, though, and you're just waiting to, hear the bell go and have the sails be hoisted and go. When you notice something, BP, and you go to tell Darthan, how do you convey this to him?
I guess to the whole group, I'll say,
pay attention to the house with the smokestack. Look a little to the right of it.
Do you guys look over there?
Yeah.
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 I'd like all of you to roll perception, please. And as long as you get a 10 or higher, you see what it is that BP's talking about.
I do not.
You have negative perception?
No, I got an 8.
Oh, okay. Well, it's perception. You don't have modifiers?
I have a 1.
Oh, okay, damn.
I got it. I got a 13.
Okay. So, Darthan, you miss it, but the other two, you guys can tell what it is. It's not actually a smokestack at all. The mass over there is like an off-color thing, and it looks sort of organic. It's rather large. It couldn't be just a man standing there. This thing is like the size of like 4 or 5 men standing on the top of this large 3-story apartment off in the distance. You can't tell if it's hunched, if it's, standing fully erect, if it's got 4 arms, if it's even human. You don't know, but it's organic and doesn't belong. BP seems to have spotted something.
Is it looking at us?
It doesn't seem to have anything for a face, at least not from what you can tell all the way over here.
Can I? So we all saw like the shadow. What shadows last night? Can I like make a history to try to compare it, like the silhouette?
Oh, looking at it, this creature is definitely large like that. If it has wings and it were to spread them, then I'd say you could probably compare the two.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's what's been observing us or hunting us, but definitely not normal.
Perhaps we should tell the city.
What should we tell them for?
So they know it's right there. That there's something on the roof that's gigantic.
I don't think we really get to. Are we gonna get back off the boat?
I don't think we leave the boat.
We're not getting off the boat.
You sure you don't want to tell these people that? It just doesn't feel right.
BP, I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
$15.
Okay. You're waiting there again, and it starts to come over you. You feel like this vertigo starts to return. And you feel like this time you could actually fight it off if you wanted to. Do you want to? Like, do you want to strain through and try and maintain, or are you going to let whatever this strange spell is wash over you again?
Do I think I can get a sentence out before I go under?
Yes. 1 sentence.
Everyone be quiet.
And then I'll fall under?
Sure. The spell strikes you. And you guys notice right after BP says this, he kind of wobbles and then he just passes out again. Kind of like, a metallic clunk as he hits onto the deck. And BP, you see what looks like, once again, it's like a view of the city streets, right? And you're staring down at like a crowd. There's like a group of people there. You see a bunch of hooded figures that are talking to one another. And then you see what looks like a couple of merchants. There's like a set of 2 guards that are chatting with each other. And then the vision pans. It looks down the road and then turns. And then the vision stares over towards the port. And as it does, it stares at the different ships. And then the vision seems to telescope, like it just moves in, as though its point of view has just shifted like 700 feet in a matter of a second, and you see your group there on the boat again. And then it vanishes, and you wake back up. As for you guys, while you're here, what are you 3 doing when BP says this and then tumbles over?
I'll mention that I've seen this before. He did this last time. And I'll like prop him up against like the walls of the boat or something.
Sure.
So,
You try and make sure that his trash can body doesn't roll off the side. How about the other two? What are you guys doing?
I'll help him out for that. From what the party said before, we don't want to attract too much attention to ourselves, so
Okay.
try to help him out.
And
I'll
Darth?
just look around.
Sure. VP, you come out of this thing, and you wake back up on the ship.
I immediately try to find its angle.
Sure. When you look over and try to tell how it is that you'd be looking at the ships here, your eyes are drawn to that smokestack again.
That was the angle?
Yeah. Whatever that thing is, it's watching you. And the way that it is unlike anything that you've ever experienced before. When you look over in that direction and you stare at the thing, you think for a moment that you see it shift. And then the spot where you were shot the other day, it's like throbs with pain.
I take it back. That is what is hunting us. It knows exactly where we are.
Is something happening when you go unconscious, or are you just blacking out?
I think maybe we're swapping vision. I can't tell. It feels like I get his view, and he maybe gets mine.
I'm putting my hands up. Maybe you're being tracked with whatever shot you last night.
It feels more than that. I can't help but to stare back at the smokestack.
You hear a shout from nearby. It's one of the sailors. All right, we're moving. Hands on deck.
We need to get off if that thing follows us, it's just we'll just be sitting just open targets in the ocean. But there's strength in numbers if we fight in the city or try to fight back.
Don't you think it will just wait till night again? If we're on the boat, there's enough able fighters.
What's exactly gonna keep it there if we get off the boat?
By staying, the boat serves as these people's way of life. They'll do anything to defend it.
The rope ladder is
street,
retracted.
A guard may just run upon seeing such monstrosity as you describe. Best to keep moving.
Even
We'll
if
have to
it were,
encounter it at some point, but that won't be now.
why was it showing us its vision? Why did it want us to know where it was?
Maybe it doesn't get a choice. Maybe it just swaps.
He must know that then.
Think it definitely thinks it's stronger than us.
It might be right. I don't think we should take our chances. For now. I imagine this thing might follow us. Whatever it is.
The boat begins to move, and as one of the large sails is drawn, you guys watch as a gust of wind starts to pull the thing, and it begins to leave the port. At this point, there's no turning back. The ropes have been retracted, and this massive hunk of wood is starting to properly leave the city. There are so many ships in the bay that are all fleeing the city at the same time. You feel like you're taking part in some sort of mass exodus as all of these people start to wander off. A lot of them seem to be taking the same route that you are, heading up the bay. as you guys stand here on the very top deck, what do you want to do?
I like just staring at the smokestack.
Sure. Roll perception again.
Oh no. Oh, come on. 6.
That's pretty jank to me, buddy.
Oh, reroll?
Mm-hmm.
Good old tabletop coming in. Clack! 11.
What is it?
11.
Oh. Maybe comforting, maybe not. When you
Uh,
turn back, that thing
14.
that masquerades as a smokestack is missing. There's nothing there.
Scanning the sky?
You don't see anything.
It moved.
When BP says this and you guys turn back, you see that that thing is gone. And Darthan, when you turn back and look, it looks like the smokestack that was there, the chimney, is just missing.
Nothing concerns me.
It'll come for us eventually. Just be ready.
Looks like we might have to have night watches at all times now.
You guys are serious, looking off into the distance here towards the city, but then something completely different breaks out. Somebody exclaims from lower deck and starts shouting, and everybody cheers at the same time, and you hear what sounds like a stack of coins being knocked over, followed by a bunch of raucous laughter.
Sounds like they're having a good time down there.
I don't get to participate this time.
Unfortunately not. We're too busy looking after our own hide.
Now, you guys aren't sailors by any means, but you did take a boat into town, and by the looks of it, this ship is a good degree faster than that little dinghy that you guys used. By your estimates, you're looking at maybe about 4 days to get to Kostapur. Now, do you guys intend to simply, like, take lookouts on the upper deck in your off time, or are you going to, do you have anything specific that you're looking to do? You might be on this ship for a little while.
How does the first night go over?
Ah, okay. The boat, as you find when things get a bit, later on in the day, is overstocked. There's more people here than usual, and there's a lot of talk amongst the different passengers that the captain has simply decided to take on a ton of people to capitalize on what is a great business opportunity and help a bunch of fleeing people and make a quick buck. There aren't any proper sleeping quarters for you guys. A lot of people just kind of, fall where they can, and the lower quarters are certainly pretty packed, including the upper ones too. People sleeping, maybe a foot away from the next person in either a bedroll, a blanket, or in some cases just their clothes if they don't have anything else. Do you guys have a specific spot you want to be? The ship has a cargo hold at the very bottom. There's like a crew deck, and then there's an upper deck from that which seems to have like some main rooms, and then there's the very top.
I'd probably just spend all of my time on the main deck,
Sure.
watching.
So to give you an idea, you've got like
Ooh, diagrams.
So you got storage in here, and then this is like crew quarters.
Good see.
It's pretty good see. And then this one here is like, I guess entertainment would probably be the best way to describe it. It's like, like a mess hall and that kind of thing. And then you have your upper deck on top. You guys said you're going to be on the top deck?
It appears so.
Yeah.
When you guys lay down to sleep on the first evening, are you clustering together? There's a lot of other people here, and there is talk of, well, what you would kind of expect from a cramped ship filled with people from Inanbar. There's rumors of some thievery going on and whatnot. And before the first night, somebody has already been thrown to the sharks and tossed off the gangplank on suspicion of stealing from one of the captain's men.
Ooh. Spicy.
I'll hand each of the party members a ration.
Okay.
I'll eat that.
I'd eat that.
So to paint the scene, you guys managed to get a good spot on the side railing. So you're kind of in a seated position there. BP hands you each a ration. You guys are eating there. People are starting to wind down, and the sun is setting off in the distance.
Maybe.
Are there any fast-moving specks on the horizon?
Oh. You can certainly roll to check. Make a perception roll, please. Oh.
A 5.
No. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Is land always in view? Or...
Yes. You can see, because you're in like a pretty tight bay there.
Uh-huh. And there's like, we can see some boats in distance too, right?
Yes, there's others that are moving along with you.
Should we sleep up here? Maybe not the safest place. Be exposed to a wing.
It's not a horrible idea. Could maybe go down to the entertainment.
That's up to you guys. The sun is setting, and it seems like the people who gamble on that floor never really seem to stop. There's always somebody that's doing something around the table. Sailors walk by, people huddle together. There's a mixture of excitement, sorrow, anger, happiness, elation. Everybody's kind of up to something, or passed out.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I want to go down to the entertainment quarters. We're just going to be on this boat the whole time.
Maybe let's just sleep downstairs.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go down there. You're all welcome to join me if you wish.
I'll
Are
move
you
downstairs.
sure we shouldn't have eyes up here?
I'll stay up here.
I'll stay with you.
Alright, BP. I'm going.
Okay. Jesse and BP decide to head down to the lower deck. And as you guys are, walking down the stairs that lead into that first floor, you pass by people who are using them as a very awkward place to sleep and kind of, step past them. There's somebody else who's kind of like tucked up against the wall smoking a pipe that fills the area with smoke and everything. And as you pass down hallways and open up doors, you eventually get into this large room with a massive sort of like circular mahogany table. There's a ton of different chairs around, and there's a whole bunch of people there. And in this room, there's some people that look like they might be passed out, but it's not a very restful place, and most have shunned it when it comes to finding a spot for the evening, as there's still plenty of games going on here, and they're not exactly silent. When you guys approach, you can see that there are some crowds watching and everything, and you get the sense that if you wanted to play a game, you certainly could. There seems to be something involving cards right now.
How much money is on the table?
Right now, let's see. Right now, the stakes look pretty high. Most of these games, it looks like players are putting up anywhere from 10 to 30 gold, depending on the round.
I'll I'll put one of my hands on Jesse's shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I might refrain from participating in these for now.
I will as well. Not exactly in the gambling mood. Turn away from the table.
Somebody laughs and throws his cards down. A bunch of people sigh in unison as he reaches forward and grabs a stack of 80 gold. And you guys turn to leave the table. Where are you
I
guys
might
going?
just sleep upstairs for now, Jesse.
Yeah, it appears it'll be too loud down here for anyone to sleep, so I'll follow suit.
Okay. It doesn't take very long before Kothar and Darthan for you guys to see Jesse and BP come back up. Perhaps they've lost all their money.
I will boot down for the night. Are you okay keeping watch, DB?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of my thing.
Alright, sleep too.
Okay. You guys... Yeah, what's up?
I was gonna join him and go to sleep too.
Okay. You guys lay down and go to sleep. And as we do, everyone starts to drift off. And BP, I need to ask you a question. What do you imagine your character would have done around the estate in his early days? During those, 2 months before you left home. Or was it 2 years? I can't remember.
It was 2 months, two
Right.
seasons. Well, the whole family is like an engineering family.
Mm-hmm. And you were always interested in hunting.
Oh yeah.
So what would you have done around the place?
Probably be as curious as a curious kid can be. So like sneaking out, exploring the world, maybe get into danger without knowing he's in danger, asking
Okay.
about all the baubles around the house, maybe wandering into the forest ever.
We're in 2 months?
Well,
I mean,
2
yeah,
seasons, so 200 days, but yeah.
He's a fully functioning body.
He has orc parents too, so. So, you are... When you come to here, you realize that you're in a dream. It's immediately recognizable, given that it's one that you've had before. You're back at your house in the estate, and you're in a large living room where you've spent a lot of your time. Your parents had, tried to get you interested in books and stuff like that, but you've always been more interested in just wandering around and looking at the weird baubles and stuff. A bit of a curious one that can't really be pinned down. And you're in there, and you're looking for something in particular. There's a ball that you like to play with, which normally spends its resting hours in this room, and you're looking for it, and you see the thing over there close to the mantelpiece, and you move over to get the thing, and immediately the dream's feeling shifts. A lot of the time when you're having a dream, there's sort of like an emotion that accompanies it. You're relaxed, or you're having a good time, or something like that, or maybe it's a nightmare and you're constantly on edge. This transforms from being like, oh, I'm back home, to being a nightmare, just like that, like the snap of a finger. You're moving over for this red ball that's there by the fireplace, and something moves in the corner of your eye. And when you look over, you see outside in the window there what looks like some sort of demon with glowing yellow eyes that looks at you. It's got a face that's basically just a set of teeth. In place of where its nose would be, there's like 2 little pinpricks for a nostril, and then its eyes are perfectly flat, like there's no brow or anything like that. Almost like the person's face was made from like a plate. It's like remarkably featureless, if not for those large teeth and the yellowish eyes that look like they have slits, like a cat's eyes almost. And it just watches you there from the window, and it blinks sideways.
Christ.
My body will walk towards it.
Okay. When you approach the thing, something happens. You find yourself in a different part of the house. You take a couple of steps, and then you're in the hallway. You know that on one end is the servants' quarters and all the other rooms. Back in, the start of your adventure, you would actually end up in this spot with some of your friends. And, in the opposite direction is the dining hall. You hear what sounds like different footsteps from nearby, maybe one of the gnomish servants, or maybe one of your family. The creature's gone.
Can I go open up Jesse's room?
Sure. There's a servant's quarter nearby where Jesse once slept, and when you go over and open up the door there, you find that the bed is empty, and Jesse isn't there. Maybe it's daytime and he's out working in the stable.
I'll walk around and search for him,
Sure.
saying periodically his name.
Jesse.
When you get outside and go up to the stable, you see Jesse there. He's got one of those combs and he's brushing one of the horses, as he's been hired to do to pay off his debt. Not that you're aware of any of that. Jesse, if you were to see your friend BP come around the corner on a regular work day, what would you say to him?
Hey, Beefy, how's it going?
Okay. Jesse turns and says that to you. Oh, did we lose Ooch again?
No, I'm thinking about what
Okay.
to say.
I mean, I just assume it's like a very casual interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's going alright, I think.
You think? What's wrong?
I thought I saw something earlier, but maybe just imagine.
At that point, Jesse just starts laughing. And at first you think he's just chuckling because, he thinks that you're crazy or something like that. But then he starts laughing louder and louder, and he puts his hands on his stomach like he's doubling over with laughter. And, he kind of keels over for a moment, just chuckling super hard to himself. And then when he looks up at you, you see that demon's face again, and you wake up on the boat. Everyone next to you is asleep, with the exception of Darthan, who looks like he's just keeping a watch. It's like there's pretty much no activity other than the sound of a couple people having a murmured game of cards below deck. The moon is out, almost in full force.
I'll peek my head out of its trash can body,
Mm-hmm.
look around, see DB still on watch, and then I'll try to go back to sleep.
Okay,
And if not able to, just close my eyes and sit there.
sure. You do eventually find that you're able to fall back asleep, and after a long rest, all of you guys wake the next day.
Table talk? Not having a good time.
Well, damn.
That's a definitely not good sign for our future.
I don't think you can bring your packing in your dreams, man. I don't think.
I do not keep that MF thing on me.
You guys wake the next day. BP, you've gotten the effects of a long rest, but you've certainly had a rough night, and you feel like a little bit kind of off-kilter today. However, thankfully, when you look over, you see Jesse there, your childhood friend, and he seems fine.
I'll just remain seated for a while. I'm not gonna move or do anything.
Okay. How about the rest of you? You spent a night sleeping out on the top of the ship. It was a little bit chilly, but you guys have adventuring gear to fix that.
I'm gonna just look towards the sky and make sure like everything's still okay.
Sure. The sky seems normal enough. When you look up there, it seems to be a semi-clear day. The odd cloud here and there. You can make a perception check for me if you'd like to see if you notice anything odd.
Sure.
Sure. Nothing's going on
It's
today.
a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Everything's normal.
Yeah, that's a 5. Yep.
Okay.
Blue sky. Just gonna nod and just, sit around after waking up.
Sure.
Raising my head up.
Anything different in the night, DB?
Not that I've noticed.
Okay. Good to hear.
What are we planning on doing once we get there? What is the goal?
Survive.
I mean, sure, but
I think our goal right now, figure out whatever's hunting us. Maybe hunt it.
That sounds about right.
The other option is we lay low, incognito for whoever knows long. And that doesn't sound too fun or exciting.
Whoever knows what?
Whoever who knows long.
As in, like,
For like
we'll
a
be
long-
waiting who knows long.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
so we're just going to sit around and wait to be attacked? We don't have any information.
Yep.
Our best bet is to try to get information about or from whoever's attacking us.
While you guys are standing there, or sorry, seated there on the side, you see what looks like somebody who's approaching you. It's a merchant, one of the wealthier ones. He has standing behind him a set of guards. They don't have their weapons drawn, but at the ready are a set of maces should they have need. And the merchant comes up to you and he says, "Ah, my friends, would you like to buy anything today? I still have some goods for sale."
What do you have?
He opens up his coat, and you see what looks like a beautiful selection of jewelry. There are gold chains, little silver rings. You see like a little ring with a ruby on it. He says, "I am a jewelry salesman. Would you like to find a new piece, perhaps?"
I'm okay in the jewelry personally. Thank you though. Maybe my teammates might want some.
He looks at the rest of you, staring for a moment at you, Kothar, and then looking at your shirt, then looking at the rest of you.
If he looks at my shirt, I'm just gonna look at him and like, did you want to buy shirt?
He looks at you and he says, "No, I just didn't expect to see any friends of Chernov out here, that's all."
Ah. Kotar does not know who the fuck that does not know who that is. I know it's on my shirt, but I don't know. So I'm
He
just
looks
not
back
gonna...
at the rest of you. Any extra coin? You'd like to buy something pretty, perhaps? Maybe you have a girl back home. He looks at you, Jesse, and pulls out a ring and says, "Beautiful, beautiful piece."
I'll politely decline. I'll say, no, thank you.
Ah, okay. And he just turns and walks away.
Quite the melancholy crowd right now, eh? I guess being hunted's not fun.
Nope.
Well, we can go gamble all of our money away downstairs while we wait.
A bunch of people scream from the lower deck. Hey! There's a sound of money falling over.
DP has no money to gamble.
I've not been feeling particularly lucky.
Sheesh.
How far away is the water from the edge of the boat?
Oh, you mean like from the top deck all the way down?
Yeah.
The water probably comes up to like there.
So there's no way my fishing pole is gonna reach that.
Like 20, 30 feet down. Yeah, I don't think you really have enough line. Like
DP
maybe
can't
enough to
even fit.
just put it on like the surface.
Per usual.
Which would trigger Jesse to fucking no end.
Well, maybe we should try lifting our spirits, eh?
Like how?
I do have liquor.
DP cannot drink.
Mm.
Mission failed.
We'll get him next time.
boys.
Have you heard anything about your friends back at the port, DP?
No.
Well, have any fun stories, Kothar? Maybe of your fun childhood.
Mm.
I pull out my Book of Shadow.
Kothar does not know many fun story. Yeah, I'm gonna think to myself for a little bit. Like Kotar's gonna sit there with his hand on his chin, thinking to himself if he
Okay.
does have any stories to share.
Sure.
I'll take out Draken's book,
Okay.
thumb through it randomly. Is
Sure.
there by chance of random 20 I could land on whatever that smokestack creature was?
You can certainly roll.
Yo, this would be the fucking strongest 5% ever.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh.
you are actually really close.
Saw the fucking 20 coming around. I was like, no.
No way.
Call for evolution.
You turn the page and you get to a page on something completely mundane. There is a very long dissertation on a proper way of washing clothes and different apparatus to use to get all the stains out and everything. It's like 10 ways to use a washboard kind of thing.
Is there any Draken notes?
Draken notes? Well, it's all written by Draken. So
Yeah.
everything is like, kind of read it in his voice sort of thing. And then you put the thing over here. Make sure the water's nice and hot.
See, like, him scribbling as it, like, falls asleep.
Yes. It's a massive ink stain.
Well, I can tell you guys how to wash clothes. First, you grab the washboard. Then you grab the shirt.
I'll just repeat how to wash the clothes for like 10 minutes.
In monotone, DP just reads through this long guide on how to wash clothing.
And finally, after 3 hours of waiting, the clothes should be dry.
bit of a table talk here. So, are we gonna get there? Maybe some fast travel.
Sure. Yeah, if you guys just want to sleep through the next 3 days.
Kind of want to gamble, but I don't know if BP's up to gamble.
Well, does
Jesse's
he have the
pockets can
coin?
Gamble.
ADD.
Yes.
Could I have 5 gold?
For what?
The vending machine over there.
to not gamble? I am lying. DD wishes to gamble.
No, you can't have 5 gold.
You sense a cunning plot, TV.
Let's go BP.
DB
and
turns back to his Book of Shadow.
I'll give you some gold.
Gothar, do you wish to gamble?
Kothar has never gambled before. I guess I'll come and try.
Hell yeah.
He can be your
A
good luck
lizard boy?
lizard.
Lizard boy, robot, and a human.
I'll give you 30 gold, BP.
Holy shit,
Jesus!
What? I have a lot.
Here we go.
I'll give you 20 back.
What?
Let's just go with 10 for now.
Okay.
The three of you head to the lower deck, soon finding yourselves at the table. It's a little bit busier, and you're unable to really get a seat at first as there's a match going on. But when it finishes, somebody does leave the table, and as he gets up, there's that moment where people kind of look at each other and see if anybody's going to take the spot. Who's going to be playing? Are multiple party members going to get in on this, or just one of you and the others will watch, or what's going on?
Do we know how to play the game, or?
The game is a very common one. It's nothing special. It's one that's played throughout the land, so you would be familiar with it.
I'll motion BP to take the seat.
Does Kothar know how to play it?
Oh, sorry. Kothar, you'd have no fucking idea. They're playing with like these little... They look like stiff pieces of paper, and sometimes one of them like puts them down and screams, and the others have to like give him the money. You're not really sure what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch. I'll watch and learn.
Okay.
I'll take the seat.
All right.
EP is ready. EP
Yeah.
is ready to gamble.
I will roll to see what the stakes are today. Oh, they're actually fairly low. It looks like people are betting just a couple of gold right now. For the next hand, it's 3 gold in.
I'll buy in. Put 3 gold down.
Sure. The cards come around, and I'd like you to roll luck, please, BP.
You know, this session, statistically speaking, this should be a good roll now.
For the boys.
Pour one out.
Well, maybe this is just... Maybe you're just rusty. On the first go, you end up with some of the worst cards available. Opting to salvage things, you go to pull another one off the deck, and somehow find a duplicate of one of the worst cards available. And when the match comes to an end and the points are counted, you find that you're at the bottom of the list, and you lose your 3 gold.
EP is not rusty. He is made out of the finest material. Next hand.
You see there's a gnome nearby who's here with the table, and he's got a magnifying glass next to you, and he's like inspecting your body.
I feel violated.
He looks up at you and he says, "Yeah, shoddy work."
I think you mean amazing.
Maybe if your servos weren't all gummed up, you'd be able to win a match.
Oh.
One's talking to fucking fire, dude.
He puts
Oh
his
my
hands
God.
on his hips and looks at you in a very like matter-of-fact sort of way.
I'll
My
look at him,
boy.
and then I'll just like, kind of like, and then lay my whole entire arm on the table.
He looks over and he goes, "I bet it doesn't even work."
Shoot him in the face, dude.
Wave cannon this boy right in his fucking head.
Across the table, there's two people that are like shuffling the cards, and one of them just like stops shuffling and looks across the table at what's going down.
That is not a bet to take.
He raises an eyebrow.
I bet you 7 gold it does work.
I don't like those odds. He just turns around and walks away.
Next hand.
The guy continues shuffling and just starts whistling to himself. The cards come around again, and this time, let's see here. Oh my god. The ante is the same, so it's another 3 gold to play. Do you go in?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll luck.
Statistically speaking. Nice. 7.
Jesse, I'd like you to please make a perception roll.
Hi, this is only a good thing. 8.
Nearby, the gnome has walked about 5-7 feet away. He stands there within the crowd that's watching the game, and he just kind of combs the little scruff on his chin as he stares at BP. You wonder what it is that he's thinking of. The match comes to an end, though. BP, you find that you lose again, another 3 gold down the drain. At least the game was kind of fun, and you did a little bit better than last time.
Maybe better luck with you, Jesse.
I'll whisper to BP to keep an eye on the gnome if he can, because he's been eyeing you.
When you look
Hunter's
over
mark.
BP, you see there he is. And he goes like, oh, kind of like looks away like, oh, I wasn't looking at you.
Totally was checking me out, though.
Exactly. Getting a look at them servos.
Just like the, oh yeah, and like looking at the trash can.
All right, I'm in the game.
Okay.
You understand yet, Gothar?
I think so.
As you
Perhaps I
sit
shall
down,
go next.
Jesse, somebody else gets up and leaves the table as well as that round finishes, and BP, as he deals out, another one who lost also deals himself out. And somebody else comes by the table, and he looks like he's wearing some nicer clothes than the rest of the rabble here on the boat, and somehow, despite the conditions, he still looks somewhat prim and proper, almost like he's brought the supplies to shave and keep clean, unlike the rest of the people who have been packed in here like sardines and whatnot. He turns to the group and he says, "Can we play with a more suitable number? How about 20 on the start?" And the others kind of look at each other, and enough people at the table seem to be okay with it that those few who aren't just have to get up and leave. And soon you end up with a much higher stakes game with a few less people. Do you decide to play, Jesse, or are you like, 20 gold's a bit much for me?
Hell yeah, I'm playing.
Okay. Roll luck,
Gothar.
please.
Gothar, you gonna play?
I only have 17 gold.
That was such a tease.
Oh, no.
A natural 1.
It's just slow rolling them, dude.
You get hammered here, and luck doesn't favor you, and every play that you try to make turns out poorly. You lose the 20 gold. There it is. A small fortune down the drain.
Yeah. Another hand.
Okay. This one plays for, let's see,
Oh,
a little bit
50
less.
gold.
Somebody suggests going down to 15, and everyone nods and adjusts. Do you deal in the 15?
Yeah.
Okay, roll luck.
How to lose all of the party's money.
Oh my god. This fucking
Dude, just
game.
put
guys are
all your
eating
money
dick
on the
here.
line the next turn. Put it all on the line next turn.
All
Jesse.
in, all in.
You
Bruh.
lose another 15 gold, Jesse. The man who has joined at the table here walks away handily with a couple of additional points over the next one up in line, and you're a couple rings below that. You lose the 15.
Will you try Kothar?
Now, Kothar,
yeah.
I'd like you to make an intelligence roll, please.
I know how to play. I have no idea how to play.
Why are you running?
Why are you running?
Just straight up an intelligence check?
Yep, straight int.
Alright.
Is that minus anything?
It's 0.
Oh!
No negative mod, okay.
There's a
14.
couple of things about the game that you're not entirely sure of, like the finer strategy, but you think you know enough to actually get through a game just fine. It's not terribly complicated. And after watching here and seeing kind of how, like, BP and Jesse play, given that you can actually see their hands, you think that you could play a game. You're not sure how you'll do, and it seems to be something that's losing your group a lot of money, but
But when do I eat the human?
this
But
one's
if
for
I
all
win,
the
do I-
human.
You
Alright.
bet, Jess.
Okay, yeah, I'll play, but how much is the current wager?
The current wager is about the same. Somebody suggests 15 again. They nod. Are you going to suggest something else, or are you going to play the 15?
I'm gonna look at my party. Look at the 2.
A couple
I'm
of people
gonna-
are looking at Kothar, by the way. They're like, did a lizard folk just sit at the table kind of thing? But they don't say anything. They just, like, give him a glance and start dealing the cards.
I'm going to mimic my party, and I'm gonna put all 17 of my gold in.
One of the humans next to you looks at you, Kothar, and he says, "Hey, lizard guy, you raising the stakes?"
I'm gonna nod.
He shrugs and puts another 2 gold down. With that atmosphere, everybody else seems to put a couple more.
Okay.
And roll luck, please, Kothar.
Are you playing Jesse?
I thought so.
Oh, you're playing too?
Yes.
Okay, both of you roll luck, please.
Oh my. Oh! Okay.
What a roll, dude!
Told you should have bet it all.
Who got the 20?
I did.
Okay. Kothar, you end up with some decent cards, but by the time the end of the game comes around, you end up losing, because just beside you, Jesse has gotten the best hand you can get in the game. And, playing 4 aces down, everybody looks, and somebody immediately stands up and points at you, Jesse, and he goes, "Cheater! Cheater! I'm calling it right here. There's no way that you would get all those. Somebody check his pockets."
What is this, the fucking water boy accusing him of cheating?
I'll start laughing at him.
Okay. I'd like you to make a persuasion roll, please.
Okay, am I good at this? Let me see. Not that good at this. Okay.
Sir, you sound like a Goldstein right now.
Ooh, spicy.
6.
6 persuasion. One of them looks over and goes, "Daryl, shut the fuck up." And another one looks over and goes, "No, he's looking a bit shifty."
Gentlemen, I assure you have not cheated this game.
The table collectively rolls insight.
You didn't cheat, did you? I didn't.
How did I cheat? If they roll well on insight, they would know that I'm not cheating.
There's a couple of exchanged whispers, and then one looks at you and says, "Then play another round."
Dude, if you get a 20 now, you'll get so fucked.
Oh no!
Do you...
I don't mind.
Okay.
How much gold do I gain, though, from the last game?
Yep, from the last one, you walk away with... Let's see how big the pot was. Look at that.
It was fat.
You walk away with 65 gold.
Oh, mother.
gamble it all now.
Put it all on the line. So,
Kothar is in the step away from the table. How do I explain this to my mate?
Okay, so now I need to loot.
are you walking away from the table, Kothar?
I'm still here. I'm just gonna back up to show I'm not in this no more. Also,
Oh.
money.
Also, my money.
When you do that, the guy from across the table points at you and he says, "Nope, you lizard motherfucker, you sit back down. I bet you're in on this too."
But Kothar has no money. How can Kothar play with no money? I have 5 silver.
Play with your friends. He just took the pot after all.
Why are you so upset, sir?
Where you?
Listen, I don't mind losing a game, okay? I know Lady Luck's here one day and then she's somewhere else another day, but I definitely don't like losing to cheaters.
Kothar's gonna put a finger up and point at the game, the table, and say, "But from Kothar's understanding, it's only game. Why do you have to be mad?"
He looks at you and he holds out his coin purse and he says, "'Cause this was full this morning, and I'm not about to go to empty because of someone like this." And he points over at you, Jesse.
Oh, fucking sore loser.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything though. He's just upset.
I gotta be honest though. I'm feeling a little aggression. I'm gonna hiss at him.
Roll intimidation, please.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hiss like that of a kitten.
That's the nat 1 roll.
Alright, let me see.
You just drool and spit on the ground.
That's
Yo, I blame the fucking clown dice.
That's a 10.
The guy kind of like leans back from you for a sec as you hiss at him and he goes, "Okay, well I got my eye on you." He reaches into his coat and he pulls out a dagger and he stabs it into the table. "Don't think I don't know how to scrap." I should mention this guy's like 5 foot compared to Kothar, like the 6'5" lizard dude with like 3 warhammers on him.
I'm gonna take out a warhammer and the broken loot still in my other hand.
Okay. He looks at the hammer and looks at you. I'd like you to roll insight.
Alright. I'm probably about to get jumped right now.
Awfully close to that one.
That is it's a 12.
Okay. You can smell the fear on this man. He plays it at the table like he's not, but he's shitting himself. And when you pull out the hammer, he's like, "Oh god."
I'll like step up behind Kothar.
I'd be careful if I were you. I saw him bit a shark the other day. Straight up bite his face off.
I'm gonna tear off the shark tooth necklace and throw it at him.
Just throw it at this guy?
I'm gonna throw it towards him. Sorry, my bad. Like slide it on the table.
He stares at it, looks at you. You think you see what looks like a trembling that he tries to suppress. Somebody giggles from across the table, and then the guy sits back down, and he just looks at the dealer and says, "Deal." And the cards go around. Now, at this point, I heard something about all in. Jesse, are you actually going to suggest to the table that they increase the stakes? Because they're about to just play 15 again.
No, we're just playing 15.
Do it!
Darthan's like watching from up top through the rope.
Do it!
Do it!
Are you sure you just want to play the 15?
I'll fucking put in 30.
Oh, big spender. That's my money though, but I'm just saying.
Yo, Miguel, I like how you intimidated all of that, and then Kothar still has no money, and then walk away.
Yeah, exactly. Just put the hammer away and just walk away.
So you double the bet and go for 30. And at this point, the guy across the table seems so invested here and butthurt that he puts down the rest of his money there. You watch him empty the thing. And yeah, he has about 30 gold as well. He takes like 2 gold off of the pile pockets it, puts the other 30 there, and the rest of the table looks at each other. One guy just, you hear his chair creak as he steps up, and he goes, "I don't want any part of this," and he just turns around and walks into the crowd. And somebody else comes and takes his spot and goes, "Hot damn!" Just drops a whole bunch of gold onto the table. Well, now that you guys are playing, I might as well join in.
I imagine this guy is like in a white suit for some reason.
Yeah, it's definitely after Labor Day.
Everybody, please roll luck.
Jesse.
Fuck me, this is gonna be bad.
Oh, no! Oh. Well, he's not cheating. You lose the 30 gold. Across the table there, the man who had called you out takes the pot.
Oh.
God damn it. Anyone but him, man.
I'm so salty. Do we have more money?
The human
Yes,
ways
I
are
have a lot
strange,
of money.
Kothar. There's a lot of talk going on at the table. A lot of gold being exchanged. At the end of this round, though, that guy across the table walks away with 200 plus. At that point, he deals himself out.
Oh.
I'm just gonna point at him and hiss at him. So, I just think he's kind of a coward.
He doesn't seem to acknowledge you more than just a brief look to the rest of your group, and then takes the gold and goes off with it.
Man, if I were a thief, I'd
I'm gonna...
Andrew starts getting ideas. Well, there you are, seated at the table. Somebody leans and looks over and goes, "Better luck next time, guy."
Is it a guy from another boat that taught Uchi how to fish?
That's the old sailor.
Quite alright. It's all fun and games in the end. But I'm gonna be done, fellas. Thanks for playing.
They
Only
nod
down
to
5
you.
gold.
Put it all on the line.
400 gold bet.
No!
Wait, he has something for 400?
400 gold bet. That's how much total gold he has.
I have 403 gold.
And you're leaving now and you have 400?
Wow, Lucian's calling you a pussy. You gonna take that?
No, I'm just
That's
asking
what
questions,
I
that's
was
all.
gonna
Just
No,
asking,
he's
like,
calling you
are
a
you a
pussy.
bitch?
You know,
Does he look like a bitch?
well, Lucian actually just said you are not the 54th best Huskar in the world.
You're 55th, dude. Get wrecked, kid.
For real, Tox, I'm with you all the way. But I will kind of look at you a little differently if you leave this table.
I bet this guy buys Satanic.
How am I possibly gonna walk away from that? I'm sitting back down. I'm playing more.
I'll be leaving. Actually, I'm gonna stay. There's an extraterrestrial force calling me a bitch.
You sit back down, a couple people look a little surprised.
So, what's the pot now?
The guy in the white suit that's just sat down says, 30.
Okay, 30 it is.
Roll luck.
I mean, you only have to get, like, lucky one. Ha! Sorry, I
Might
screamed
be.
at you.
You lose again.
Unbelievable! Okay, no, this is bullshit.
Unbelievable.
If I lost with a 17, no. He was trying to take my gold. I lost, I'm out.
Okay, does the group leave the table?
Who took?
We'll
The
have to
gold.
change Jesse to his new form. There we go.
You know, in the end, I lost the 10 gold that I gave to VP at the beginning. I didn't actually gain or lose anything.
Oh wow, we're plus. I mean, no, we're neutral.
We're exactly the same. No, actually,
Right.
we're down like 10
Yeah,
gold.
we're down 6 gold.
We gained
So
2
you're going
games.
back in, is what you're saying.
You only have to get lucky once.
Okay, I lost a 17. Dude.
50 gold.
Yeah, one of them got a bit luckier than you. Cough, cough, 19, cough, cough.
Oh, that's bullshit.
It
Lucian's like, I
happens.
may not TPK them, but take everything they love.
I'll sure swindle them for every fucking piece they got. Little
guys
does
put
BP
that-
know a gnome is like stealing the back plate off of his robotic chassis.
Where is that gnome?
He's behind you holding a, like a tape measure.
Is he like, what? Is he just measuring my ass?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be done at this table.
Okay.
Sir, do you assemble simulacrum by chance?
Eh? No.
Do you?
He just turns and walks away.
Do I have my everything on me?
Yeah, looks like it. You can go ahead and check.
Yeah.
Just rolling.
Yeah, everything that you've got is there.
Yeah, we're done gambling.
Okay. So you guys spend a good afternoon gambling there. Is there anything else on the boat you're doing before the next night?
Do I ever see that gnome again?
Yeah, probably here and there. He seems to stay below deck.
Is that bitch 5 foot tall person still here?
He has left the room.
Now, I'm
Who's
not
in
gonna
it?
say you should steal from him, but one person did get thrown overboard. So,
If he is in a crowd of people, I would attempt. But
Wait.
we won't know that.
He got thrown overboard for stealing from, like, the people of the boat, like the boat crew. Now that guy seems like a nobody. We could just straight up run up on him, to be honest.
Who wants to kill this man?
No, I'm not saying kill him. I just mean, like, hiss at him till he throws his coin purse.
rough him up a bit. Stick a gun in his mouth.
Maybe pull the trigger. Maybe throw him overboard.
I'm not saying we kill him. I just think a sword should go through his throat.
He called you a cheater, and then he will be dead.
And the cycle continues.
If we do find him in a crowd of people, I would attempt to pickpocket him. But
If I find him alone, I'm going to intimidate him.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna look for that gnome.
you're gonna find the gnome?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like a drug.
Man, I was finding the gnome for like 7 hours yesterday. Strong shit. You find the gnome. The other guy seems to have gone down the hall in the opposite direction of where the stairs that go up and down are. And you guys don't really see him, unless Jesse and Kothar intend to seek him out. As for you, though, the gnome is still in the room, BP, and if you want to go talk to him, he's right there. He seems to be scribbling in a notebook of some kind.
Can I see what he's scribbling in his notebook?
When you come over, he looks up and then closes the book. And what do you want?
Why do you keep analyzing me?
I got my reasons.
Do you work on simulacrum?
No.
Are you an engineer?
No.
What do you do? Maybe I can help you.
I don't think so.
Well, what is it? Are you sure?
You know anything about magic?
A little bit. I knew friends.
Well, you see, I'm working on a spell, right? There's this wizarding group, and they put out a reward if anybody can finish off this spell, and I've been trying to see if there's, maybe I can figure it out, right? Like, I'm a smart guy. I think one of the ingredients might involve a simulacrum. Now, I don't think that you would fit the bill, right? But somewhere out there, I think it's the missing piece, you know?
Well, fill me in. I can help. Maybe split the reward. I'm a smart guy, too.
What is your intelligence?
I think it's like 10. Yeah, it's 10.
Roll deception. Or persuasion or performance, but tell me which.
Persuasion, deception, or performance?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have a +2 in deception, so.
Here we go.
Oh. 12.
He looks at you and he says, "Yeah, and I'm a trash can. Sorry, guy. Look, it's nothing personal, just trying to figure some stuff out."
If it has to do with simulacrum, I can help. Then
I'll like.
What, you got like a baby brother or something?
well, no, but
I'll like pull out Dragon's huge book.
What's that thing?
it was my old mage's friend. Dearest possession has a lot of knowledge in it. Maybe I can help you.
He stands up and looks at the book. What kind of knowledge? Yeah, open it up.
I could teach you how to wash a shirt.
What?
It's got like everything in it.
I'll like open the book in front of him. I want to have like a tight grip on the book.
Roll luck, please.
Oh, motherfucker.
Let's see what kind of page you get up to. If it's impressive or if it's garbage.
Oh! Oh, come on. 6.
Okay. You see it's like a page that's on some plants and like possible medicinal uses on them. And he looks at it and goes, it's not really my kind of work.
It's got everything in it. From plants to animals to fish to dragons to magical beings.
I see that?
Well, it's quite treasurable to me, so I wouldn't like to lose it.
Come on, I'm just gonna hold it for a sec. I wanna look through it.
Can I insight check him?
Sure. Roll insight.
That would be a 16.
This guy's shifty, and you sense an interest in the book, but you don't think he intends to steal it.
Okay. There's not like a heavy crowd nearby, is there?
Yeah, there's people walking by here and there, but, you know, it's not like they're all pushing against you or anything.
Yeah, okay. I'll hand him the book.
Sure. He takes the thing and flips the page a couple times and looks around. And he looks back at you and he goes, well, this is pretty interesting. I'll buy it off you.
No.
200?
No.
Yeah. 220.
No.
But I won't go any higher than... You sure? Okay, 250, but that's my final offer.
If you by chance said 5,000, maybe.
Whew. He just pushes the book back into your hand. Nope. I'm good. Thanks, though.
But I could help with the spell.
What, because you got some weird book?
You don't know the information inside the book.
It seems like just a bunch of random stuff. I turned the page and it was like a painting of some horses or something.
Yeah, but then after that...
Can I make a luck roll to see if it's like a
Please
spell
do.
page?
My boy! My
when you flip the page, you get to a section that's on what looks like high-level advanced summoning magics. And you show the page to the gnome, and he looks at you and he says, "Oh, okay. He puts his like fingers on his temples, and he's like, all right.
If he's trying to read more, I'll like face it to myself so he can't read anymore.
He seems displeased when you do this, and then says, "Okay, maybe we could do something. But I'm doing most of the work, so if we're gonna work together on this thing, I'm thinking like a 70-30 split, okay?
60-40. You can't finish the spell if I'm not here.
Well, I'm just starting on the thing, okay? And I didn't even get a good read of that page. It might just be a bunch of lies."
Are you a gambling man to take that?
He looks over at the gambling table behind you and looks back and goes, 70-30.
60-40.
He narrows his eyes, goes, 65.
63.
It's like nothing.
Yeah, what is wrong with you?
Wait, which one's the 60? Wait.
I'm not going below 65. That's where I'm stopping it.
Alright, that sounds fine.
And I'll shake my hand or extend my hand.
All right. And he shakes your hand and he says, "What's your name, guy?"
EP DeGronk.
He nods. He says, "All right.
And yours.
The name's Momir. I'm a bit of a wanderer, I guess you could say. I've been working on this for a little while now. So, you really haven't heard about it, have you?"
No, I have not. Maybe fill me in.
Here, check this thing out. He pulls out a piece of paper and, like, motions for you to get down close so he can show you, which is tough given that you're shaped like a trash can and he's a couple feet off of the ground.
Well, I don't bend, I just lower my leg.
Yeah. And you see that he shows you this thing, and it's a reward. And it's a paper that's been put out a society that calls itself the Oceans Guild. And the Oceans Guild is offering right now a 10,000 gold reward for anybody that can complete a spell. And the spell that's there is one of summoning. And the characters that are there for this summoning are written in magical script, so you can't actually read it per se. And he says to you, "It's a fortune. If we could do this, we could pull it off. I mean, even with our split here, like, you could just retire right there. That's my plan."
That is a large amount of gold.
Yeah. Well, the Oceans Guild, I've heard rumors they're pretty wealthy, so I guess they have that kind of thing to swing around.
And this Ocean Guild is from where?
Rumor has it they're across in a different realm. I've heard that they're from, just over the water there, in the Vergear.
Vergear?
He nods to you and says, I think specifically in the jungles. But that's not important. What's important is if we can finish this, that's a hell of a lot of gold.
Well, let's start working.
Okay. So here's what I know so far. I've traced back these symbols, and it's some kind of like living object, I guess. There's no way to tell exactly what it is, but the spell components to summon it are a little tricky. I've been trying to figure it out for the last little while, and I think I've got it mostly narrowed down, but I'm gonna need something mechanical for the last ingredient, and everything I've tried just doesn't work out. And I had a little lab going on back in Inenbar, but, well, I don't know how long that thing is gonna be shut down for. I just grabbed my work and went.
Good idea. Good idea.
So, if we can get a new lab set up somewhere, and I can get my hands on some contraptions, I think either maybe a simulacrum or like the heart of an airship might work for the spell. But it won't be just any. And he looks at you and he says, "You're not the right dimensions for a simulacrum that I think I need for this."
So, we need to set you up with a lab, find a airship heart or simulacrum, and the spell is complete.
He nods to you. He says, "At least that's what I hope. I don't know for sure."
Well, do you think this is gonna kill the simulacrum?
It's probably gonna use it up for the spell.
Well, that seems a little fucked up.
Yeah, well... He just kind of
I
like
guess-
looks away.
We don't need to test it, do we? We just need to give it to him?
Well, we have to know that it works, right?
Do I know if what is airship heart? Or like the parameters of if it's living or not?
You can make a history roll.
That's not good.
Do you have proficiency, by the way?
Nope.
Oh.
That's a 19.
You think by that he means one of the inner components, likely a integral part of the engine. And that heart is a little bit more of like a figure of speech.
Oh, okay.
I think well, there's a lot more simulacrum around than I'd imagine airship hearts, but seems more humane to use the airship heart.
He shrugs to you, and then he says, "Look, guy, we're talking 10,000 gold. I mean, we can just find, like some simulacrum criminal or something, you know?"
I'd rather avoid that, but another highly mechanical object could work. We can workshop the idea.
Okay. You guys got a place that you're going to?
Nope. Do you?
He shakes his head, and he says, "I was gonna try and just get, into Soulsland or something. See if I could get a lab set up there. Probably cost a bit more. Don't have a ton of money on me right now, sadly."
Nor do I.
As this happens, he looks over and stares at the gambling table where large sums of money move from one space to another. And at this point, Jesse and Kotar, you guys are standing there as well. And Darthan, you're up on the top reading your book. And I think this is probably a good spot to cut it for today?
Well, we didn't die.
Man, Uchi, like after you got shot, every 2 seconds, like we're gonna die, we're gonna die, we're gonna die, we're gonna die, we're gonna die.
You're still
Like,
alive.
But he put a beacon on him. He's just waiting. He's just waiting.
Yo, was it a mistake to go under that spell?
Well, how
I
would
mean,
you know?
we won't know
Ask
till
him
you
the
die.
It could be the hardest bait of my life.
Honestly, it could have. Maybe he was looking for us, and maybe like you accepting it. It's like, oh yeah, I'll show you where I'm at. He's like calling you, and you know it's work, but you're gonna answer anyway, and they're calling you in.
Big mistake. Alright, well, you guys have successfully made it through the session. Obviously, a lot of heavy stuff going on, and perhaps a side quest to get unimaginable riches.
That always works out.
Always works out. You guys hit the gambling table, made a win, but didn't go ham when the chips were really down and ended up losing instead of making any money. It's too bad. It's too bad.
Off screen, Andrew's gonna try to bet all of his money.
We just start the next session with you guys completely poor.
It was like, so about that sacrificing a robot man to get some money.
I've changed my mind.
Let's just try it with me.
To the players, I think you did well. Audience, good to have you. Patrons, couldn't do it without you. We'll see you Monday next week for another game. Adios.
Not even a death.
Not even a death. Not even an injury. The other groups got banged up a little bit here and there.
Yeah, Clan has like, what, 4 injuries or some shit?
I think he's been hit a couple times.
Couple.
Yeah. Clan's character's pretty crippled, and so is Tidge from Wednesday Group. Yeah, it's rough.
They're a bunch of bitches. Probably couldn't handle a 39 damage era.
I'm surprised you were still up after that.
That would have, oh my god, that would have gone me. Like, I would have been gone.
It is quite the fortunate thing that I didn't take any damage during that fight.
Well, I'm going to kill stream. Peace out, stream. We'll see you next time.